Catch it, match it, stash it in the cabinet. Listen to the chorus while let Ivan scratch it. This is real hip hop, we aiming for a classic. And if we can't approach it, screw it, we'll attack it. Catch it, match it, stash it in the cabinet. Listen to the chorus while let Ivan. This is real hip hop, we aiming for a classic. And if we can't approach it, screw it, we'll attack it. What you know about classic music?
Welcome everyone to today's Retro Wrestling Review series on this Halloween day. And today's retro is WCW Halloween Havoc 1997, which is very fitting since it's Halloween.
Yes.
And I was kind of worried when you guys said we were doing a Halloween Havoc, to be honest, because I thought you were going to pick like 95 or 98 just to troll with me and all that type of stuff.
No.
So I'm glad we picked a good one.
No, 98 is next year.
Oh, great. Now, I know NXT already had the Halloween Havoc show, but to be honest, I didn't really plan we'd be doing a retro, but this is just fine because it's Halloween anyways. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Nico, you picked this retro.
Yeah, I did. I was 5 months old when this pay-per-view was being made, and man, what a time it is to be a wrestling fan.
At 5 months.
At 5 months old in 1997 into early 98.
Right.
So, I usually, when we do a retro, I ask people what made them pick this show. What made you pick it?
One match, which is the greatest cruiserweight match you'll ever watch in your lifetime.
Ever. We'll talk about it. Before I pass you off to retro to host the retro, I figured I would give some historical perspective on the show. So
might as well, yeah.
The show took place on October 26, 1997. This was right after the first ever Hell in a Cell match. I say this because it kind of becomes important in the main event a little bit.
Took place at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Vegas.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They had 12,457 people in attendance. At least that's what Wikipedia
Which
says.
means, by the way, and we're going to get to that gate figure, it's fucking insane.
Oh, yeah, it's close to
you know what the tagline?
It's close to like $500,000 at the gate.
You know what the tagline for this, Nico's, was, if you want to guess?
Brought to you by Slim Jim.
Big
Snap
Slim.
into the madness is the tagline.
Snap into the madness.
Slip into the madness. Yeah.
Was it 90 fucking 8 that was Snickers?
No. Did they ever have a
I feel
Snickers
like 98 was Snickers.
I know they... Yes, it was. You're right.
Remembers a giant fucking Snickers logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was Slim Jim and Snickers.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was both. But Snickers was on the pumpkin. I remember it specifically being on the pumpkin.
Yeah, because you know what's better? Giant branding in your fucking wrestling.
So, to kind of give some perspective, too, also, WCW was the #1 company at the time.
Yeah.
WWF was slowly getting up there. They were actually starting to figure things out. They just had that awesome Hell in a Cell match.
Owen, I've done the numbers. So Starrcade 97 is like their biggest Starrcade they've ever done.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, this...
A few months later, WrestleMania 15 hits.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 14.
14.
Yeah, sorry, it is 14.
Yeah, 14.
And WWE made a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, so it's like...
So we are closer to the turning point of the Monday Night War than we realize.
Yeah.
So for those of you people also wondering, the pay-per-view buy rate for 97 was 405,000.
Yeah.
Which made this pay-per-view the
second biggest in WCW
second
history,
biggest, highest grossing pay-per-view in WCW.
Was it Starrcade 97?
Starrcade 97 made over 700,000 buy rates.
Oh my gosh!
Jesus
and that was
Christ.
only because of the main event between Hogan and Sting.
Yeah, that would be
a match that was shit, but the hype and build was
the
whole
pay-per-view was
so.
shit.
Before I pass it on, this is what happens when we do the. I forgot to introduce everybody.
It's whatever. It's whatever.
Y'all know
us.
You know us all by now.
We have an intro. If you don't know who the fuck we are, what are you, retarded?
Yeah.
Like,
Watch the intros.
It's the intro. It's the internet. The correct answer is probably yes.
To be fair, I was kind of excited I wasn't hosting, so I think I wanted to get out of the hosting chair like pretty quickly. So.
Hey, listen, man. James, Casey, Nikos, X, Owen. There you go.
I even came up overnight with all the way I was going to introduce everybody and completely butchered it and everything like that.
That's
so
fine. Hey, listen.
Shit happens, bro.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Besides,
no matter how much you butcher shit, you cannot butcher it as bad as they did this main event. Oh!
Woo! So, Nikos, why don't you...
We'll get to that, folks.
Before we get
Stay
to
with
that,
us.
Mike, would you like to run down the numbers?
Oh, yeah, the numbers.
So I have that all saved onto my calculator just in case.
Yep.
So, for Halloween Havoc, 1997. These fucking maniacs. It's absolutely disgusting how much money they made. With an audience of 12,497, that is a grand total of 249,940 at the gate.
Jesus.
Which is fucking crazy. Now, if we look at their pay-per-view buy rates...
Yeah.
This would have been one of their $30 pay-per-views.
This would have been one of their $30 pay-per-views.
Which means big time money.
12.15 million fucking dollars. Which is close to 22 million.
In today's currency.
Yeah. So Ted Turner made buku bucks off of that.
And by the way, that's not even counting merch sales, which were probably like doubled that fucking profit, to be
Especially
fair.
because the NWO's all over the show and everything.
Yeah.
Now, who wants to make a guess how much it was per ticket to get into the building?
Now this is
wasn't like.
Well, if it's 12, if the total audience is 12,497.
And I think it was $20 the cheapest ticket, and I think it would have been $60 the most expensive ticket. So we're averaging around like
we're averaging around
35
$30
average.
$35. Yeah.
About that,
Yeah.
okay.
But they made a lot of fucking money.
They made a fuck ton of cash with this show.
Yeah, like this was their one of. It was honestly, as far as, so while it wasn't the most, and this is one of the things I looked up, it wasn't the most successful on pay-per-view, but every other metric makes this the most successful WCW event of all time.
Well, it's also
until Starrcade.
Until Starrcade. And even Starrcade, because merch wasn't as high as it was at Halloween Havoc. They always went all out on Halloween Havoc. It was like Eric Bischoff's favorite show ever.
With the set and everything, and Stin had just started his Crow gimmick too, the mask of Stin.
Yeah, that would have been like what, a month or two prior.
When you really think about it,
he'd been doing it a while. Like,
yeah, he really should have just had the match there.
Probably.
All things considered, really.
The Starrcade match needed that crowd. That crowd was hot.
Yeah.
I know Starrcade's the biggest show though, so I gotta understand.
Yeah, Starrcade is their WrestleMania. Let's be honest.
Until they started doing fucking events like Nitros and big stadiums, which made no sense.
I don't know, man. I think it's the minute Vince Russo shows up and says, "Hey, you want to do a title switch?" Hey,
we'll get to that.
Nikos, can I see the piece of paper?
Oh, yep.
Alright, so everybody has to fight for the paper now.
Oh, shit.
Alright, so Nikos, you got the paper back?
Yep.
Alright, so you're going to hold it for a week. Can I see that again?
Yep.
Alright, awesome. Now everybody fight for it again. Alright, so you're Jeff Jarrett. Here's that.
Yay.
Now you're TNA.
Oh, yay! 4 years for me!
Are you Jeff Jarrett?
I feel bad for TNA.
It's my world!
Well.
My world!
You want gold?
Yes!
Jeff Jarrett gold.
Before I pass it to Nikos, I do want to make sure I mention the other people that were on this show. We have the commentary team of Tony Schiavone, Bobby Heenan, Dusty Rhodes, Mean Gene Okerlund, and for the first 3 matches, Mike Tenay. Oh my god.
What a great fucking panel of commentators.
Yeah.
Really,
That's how you make the 4-man booth work. Oh my gosh, did that work.
Because Mike Tenay was via satellite.
No, he was there.
Was he?
No, he was there.
They never showed him on the feed.
No, yeah, but he was there. He was there in person.
The interviewer was Mean Gene Okerlund.
Obviously.
So good.
The ring announcer was David Penza, who was just recently doing ring announcing for Impact, and he looks so young here. It's just crazy. And then for the main
looks like he's.
And then of course,
Don't forget, first time that we get to see Charles Robinson in the fucking ring.
Yep.
Yes, we'll get to that.
We'll get to
that. We'll get to that.
You know what's weird? It says that he was a referee, but it doesn't say it on Wikipedia. So I don't. There's a few times that's happened with the referees where it doesn't say.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
They don't
By the way,
don't you
Michael
worry.
Ref shows up like 6 times in this.
Yeah.
Randy. Other referees were Randy Anderson, Mark Curtis, Scott Dickinson,
Actually,
Mickey
Mark
J,
Curtis.
and Nick Patrick.
Mark Curtis wasn't in it because at this time he was diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah, he wasn't in this one.
I hate to make you guys sad. Most of the referees on this show are dead.
No longer with us.
Yeah.
So all cancer related too, for the most part.
Yeah.
Kids?
I got it.
Kids, this is why you don't smoke.
I got it.
Well, some of it wasn't one. It
WCW had a card division, right? Winston Cup, Winston cigarettes,
Yeah.
cancer.
Michael Buffer got throat cancer in 2008, which was a shame. Schiavone is now he stayed with WCW to the end, and now he's one of the play-by-play guys for AEW. And,
I see what we're doing. So instead of fucking doing the entire biography,
Yeah.
like this is where they are then, and now it's where they are, like just right now.
I told you I was doing this.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bobby Heenan we've covered before, I think.
That is the saddest fucking one.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Like, I don't even want to talk about it. That's
Dusty
how sad it
Rhodes. Did he stay with WCW? Not till the end, pretty much, right?
Yeah, he stayed with WCW,
And then he bounced around to TNA and
WWE mainly is where he ended his career.
And then he obviously passed.
In 2015.
He's like I think the biggest thing we could say about him, he's the biggest thing that got NXT, the black and gold era going, anyways.
Yeah.
And then Gene Okerlund, I think we've covered before, right? I think we covered.
Yeah, many times we've covered Gene.
Now
the greatest wrestling character to never wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. That is true.
I will agree with that.
That's much of a mindfuck.
Greatest interview ever in the business.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, Nikos, pass it on to you to host this.
Pass it on to me. Just to keep y'all informed, I took notes on this.
He took 8 pages worth of notes.
8 pages worth of notes.
I taught you well.
Yeah.
I hope you know that Halloween fucking Havoc 91 was also 8 pages.
He did it the old school way, too. He actually printed it.
He got notes. He got no paper and shit. It's like, you know.
Yeah. I'm old school. I use the pen and paper.
To be fair, I would do pen and paper, but my handwriting's
fucking Dickens over there? You gonna use a typewriter, or you gonna be like, no, pen and quill, need the quill?
I don't have a typewriter.
Oh my god!
Just Nikos, if you use a typewriter, whatever you do not see, you have to start all over again.
Oh no! That would be awful.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Nikos, let's
So here's how we're gonna work this. I will read the notes I got for the match, and then I'll pass off to you guys on your notes and how you favored it.
So you start. You read yours. You pass it to Owen, and then I'll fucking go. Mike goes.
I'll just speed run throughout this whole thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
So the first match we got on the card is a belter, as always with most WCW pay-per-views, where they start off with amazing matches and then they just.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end.
So the first match we got is Ultimo Dragon versus Yuji Nagata with Sonny Ono as his manager.
Think about that shit for a second.
Yeah.
During this time, Ultimo Dragon left Sonny Ono, so Sonny's just bouncing around with different wrestlers until he got buddy-buddy with Yuji Nagata, and this has been brewing around for a year. So, we got, starting off, a shoulder block from both men failed to keep them on the ground. Dragon hits Nagata with the leg sweep, but then Nagata counters with a exploder suplex. Dragon headstand, followed by Dragon head combo. Here we get to the interesting part. Nagata counters with the devastating wrestling move ever. The
chin lock!
Remember, if he hits this 3 times, he's goated.
He's goated.
So, Nagata counters with a chin lock. Nagata notices the deadliest move, so he goes for it again, but Dragon counters with a backslide suplex. Kick combo followed by the camel clutch by Nagata. Nagata then hits a second chin lock.
Second, number 2.
Can we get 3 for 3 here?
We'll see.
Dragon absorbs the kick by applying the Dragon Screw. Nagata counters Ultimo Plancha with a kick. Kick or be kicking, as the Psycho Sid motto.
Yep.
Raven's flock appears from the crowd, and they just sit in the corner side as Dragon goes for the Asai moonsault. Handspring elbow, back elbow into the corner, sunset powerbomb. Dragon Steiner gets countered, and Nagata targets Dragon's left arm. He sells the arm very well throughout the majority of this match. Belly to belly into Nagata lock. Dragon sleeper into rope break. and Dragon Steiner into the Dragon Sleeper connects, but Nagata escapes and applies an armbar on Dragon's
Fujiwara armbar.
Fujiwara armbar, forcing him to tap. Ono attacks Dragon, and Ono gives Nagata bonus for submission victory. So Nagata wins the match via submission.
You forgot a bit, though.
Yeah, I mean...
Sonny Ono is the inventor of the fucking drone kick.
Motherfucker got the bicycle kick!
He came in! James, you won't believe it! He came in! It was a bicycle!
It was a bicycle! It was a bicycle! It was a bicycle! Oh my god, we'll get to Dusty in a minute, but yeah, fucking 2 all-time great fucking Japanese wrestlers.
One of whom is still wrestling.
To this day.
I think 2 of them are still
Yeah, no,
wrestling.
they're both, actually.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Ultimo's
Ultimo's still going, yeah.
You know where Sonny is?
He recently wrestled in AAA in
Where's
April.
Oh, I'll tell you where Sonny is. In court with Vince McMahon.
Probably.
No, I thought it was WCW. He's one of those. Remember, we did Clash of the Champions.
No, listen. He's the one leading the lawsuit for the Asian people that were discriminated against. That's what he's leading the lawsuit in.
Because remember that lawsuit I talked about all that time ago when we did the Clash of Champions review? He's
Also,
in that lawsuit.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know who Sonny Ono brings in for the first time, I want to say, about a year after or a year before?
Go for it.
My fucking boy, Chono.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He tries to be his mouthpiece.
Fuck
Chono
y'all
says,
brothers gonna do.
No, fuck Dad. Chono live on television Monday night on TNT.
Oh my god.
Says fuck.
Yeah, man.
And it's incredible.
He's so good. Fuck yeah, Chono.
Fuck WCW and double O!
First off, what did you think? Then we'll pass it off to Owen.
Mr. August, man.
As usual with WCW openers, this is really good.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
like the sell job from both these guys is amazing. It's a shame that we didn't get to see a third chinlock from Nagata, but hey, at least we got to see it once.
Wait, but if you think about it, isn't the Dragon Sleeper just a reverse chinlock?
We got to see 3 chinlocks.
There was 3.
I'd say 2.5.
2.5. 2.5 chinlocks.
We're getting down into fractions.
Chin.
We're getting down into fractions of chinlocks. What the fuck is my life?
Oh my god! Holy shit.
Oh, boy.
Whoa. Alright. So, yeah, continue.
Oh, wait, I didn't get
Oh, yeah, and I'll pass it off to you.
Oh, I thought he was finished. I thought he wasn't finished, but go ahead.
I never started.
I was talking about him. Go ahead.
Oh. I thought it was this was a very good opener. I couldn't believe seeing Yuji Nagata like so young and everything. It was just crazy.
Right. Yeah.
And Dave Penta did screw up his name a little bit, but to be fair, I think if you haven't seen Yuji Nagata and never announced him before, it's not an easy name to say.
Dude,
so
if you think Dave Penta is bad, what about Tony Schiavone? Hey, it's the Ultimate Dragon.
Yeah,
Casey, I was just about to mention that.
The Ultimate Dragon.
For 1 year, he was the Ultimate Dragon.
The Ultimate Dragon, not Ultimo. Ultimate.
You know what's really fucked?
We love you, Tony, but what the fuck?
Yeah.
The nameplate's right there.
Yeah, right?
Like, he's watching the feed, right?
No, they fucked it up on the nameplate for ages, too.
No, but he's watching the feed.
Yeah.
Even
I
during
know.
this, he's still called Ultimate Dragon. He walks out, Ultimo Dragon. Tony, the fuck, dude? I know you're a commentator, but
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I gave the match 3 3/4 stars. It was a very good match, very exciting, great way to kick off the pay-per-view. I love that new WCW was entering this partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling because it got New Japan Pro Wrestling some great exposure and it made them stand out.
In a couple months down the line, you also get New Japan NWO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The better NWO.
The best NWO.
And we kind of said where everybody is nowadays, so...
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, yeah, I mean, Ultimo Dragon is one of the greatest fucking cruiserweight wrestlers ever to grace the fucking sport of pro wrestling.
Sold the arm really well, too.
Sold the arm exquisitely.
I think there was a spot in the match, actually, where he, tries to go on with the top rope, but because of his arm so hurt, he's, concerned about doing it.
I do seem to remember that,
yes, that was really good selling. Yeah, just in general... Go out of your way to watch this match. It's another banger opener from WCW pay-per-view.
I like that he tapped out right away to the submission because that's how you get a submission over. Is you tap out right away.
Yeah.
Yep. That's also how you sell an arm and also protect your arm from further damage at the same time. So it's good psychology by the Ultimo Dragon to keep his arm as from suffering unnecessary damage.
Which didn't matter because Sonny Ono attacked him anyway.
Exactly,
After this,
can we please get that spot more often?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The arm pull into a bro kick
That's
to the
really
arm.
good.
Come
That'd be a
on,
good tag
guys.
team. That'd be a good tag team
It's
move.
so good.
afterwards, we forgot to cover this. Sonny Ono, or whatever his name is.
No, that is his name. Yeah.
That's his
Yeah,
name.
that's his name.
I'm bad at remembering names sometimes. Pays off Yuji Nagata, showing that he would
Yep.
hire.
Yep.
I don't know if it was Japanese money or English money because it was just in an envelope. But
It was something. It was a currency thing.
It was a bonus.
It was a IOU.
I owe you. It was the IRS.
And I think they were mentioned in the Super
Pay
J
your
Cup.
fucking taxes.
You fucking tax cheats.
They were mentioned in the Super J Cup too. I don't know if it was approaching at this time because it would have been
Was
time
it?
for it.
Oh yeah.
Because they mentioned it a lot on this show, and I think
That's
that's why
fair.
Ultimo Dragon tapped out was because I think he was meant to.
Oh
be
yeah,
that
he was
sort of
going.
thing.
Yeah, he was
Save
going to
himself.
Japan to do the Super J Cup back then. Yeah.
He must have lost all those titles, by the way, because remember, Class of the Champions.
He had the WWF light heavyweight title at one point too because WWE fucked up.
They mentioned he had 9 championships. He must have lost them all like really quickly because they didn't mention he had any of those titles
Actually,
on
what
this show.
it could have been is he couldn't get them all through customs.
Yeah,
That's true.
probably.
That's probably what it is. And if you're New Japan, you probably would be like, yeah,
Let's not run that
let's
risk.
not
Yeah.
fucking have those belts go under the plane and have to spend months trying to get them all back.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right.
Casey, do you want to add anything to this match?
There really isn't a whole lot to add. It's Yuji Nagata and Yoshihiro Asai. It's short but sweet. Like James said, go out of your way to watch this.
Mike, anything to comment further?
This is the most iconic look that you could ever give Ultimo Dragon.
Yeah.
With the blue.
That, like, whenever I think of him, that's the first. Well, besides like the royal blue color that he's done from time to time, maybe the black and black, gold, and red color palette, the baby blue / teal, it just fucking works. Dude.
That's the color he was wearing when I first was introduced to WCW vs NWO World Tour. He was one of the first guys I played as besides Sting.
Yeah.
And I just loved his look.
He's got a good design, and I would say, out of everything, this is a fucking phenomenal banger for a beginning.
Yeah.
Open start off.
Freaking Power Ranger. Hey, it was Power Ranger versus Power Ranger. That's all
So
we
you
can
know what
say.
that means? We get to talk about the next match.
Before
We
that,
have the Grapist.
before that, we got something else happening backstage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Like 8 minutes of bullshit.
No, not that. How do I describe this? Disco Inferno's in the backstage talking with the IT guys of the WCW website booth. They ask him the question, so, what's your plan on beating Jacqueline? And Disco's like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do everything I can because, after all, women don't belong in wrestling. They belong at home. This enrages Jackie so much that she's heard that promo and started darting for Disco right at the booth.
So either she was watching it on the website or she was just in the area or something.
She was like walking past the
Yeah.
ring, like minding her own business. As soon as she heard Disco say, "Women belong at home," she's like,
What
"Bitch,
is
hold
she-
my
weave.
weave. That is not. Bitch, hold my weave. That is not what I
Who
just
she
heard."
I know we
fucking
say-
Pearl Harbored him. Like the full sprint
Yeah.
down the
Yeah.
hallway. And her hair her fucking hair.
No, that doesn't come till later when Hall does the fucking dance for the
Well,
ball.
I know we get upset when we hear about storylines like this, but it was the times at the time, so it's kind of like...
Yeah, but real quick, Orange Gear Disco. What the fuck are you doing, you creamsicle-looking motherfucker?
If fucking Ultimate Dragon's look was iconic, fucking
This was
Disco was the
melted
exact
orange
opposite.
ice cream.
Bro looked like a fucking sherbet coming down of the ring.
Oh, man.
mean, I don't
so
like the
glad-
Homie looked like he just got out of prison.
I don't really like the color orange anyway, so
I can't
I'm pretty
believe
biased of how
Creamsicle
I...
Inferno made it down to the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, it was obviously in the spirit of Halloween, and
He looks like a fucking jumpsuit victim.
I mean, we didn't really talk about this. The set for the show, by the way, was all
it's
Halloween
great.
themed.
yeah, really good.
NXT's done a pretty good job of getting the set, but I don't think it's really even come
No,
close to the
for
WCW
some
one.
reason, like 96, 97, and 98 WCW, that stage is perfect and gets
Yeah.
better each year.
Yep,
We'll
I
say
mean-
98 WCW, shitty pay-per-view.
Yeah.
great set,
Fantastic
all-timer
fucking
set.
set.
I mean, that's one of the problems now with going into the digital age. They rely on that stuff.
They're like LED. We must LED everything.
I don't know.
Must have
the
LED.
big pinball thing, and that looked really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite sets of all time wasn't. It was so simple. It's 19 too. It's just the fucking like bars and shit.
You know what? I'd have to say 21.
21, yeah.
21's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
The WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. By the way, watch our watch-along of this very event right here on the iCard.
Hey, so next match. Chris Jericho versus...
the Kota Ibushi Diddler. It's Gato, everybody.
Can you believe Yellow Man went down to the ring? And why do we call him that? Because he is fucking yellow.
Yeah, he looks so
like,
weird.
holy shit, the lime escaped.
It's
and
just
now
so,
we're left with the lemon.
It's so weird to see him like this, just because I've seen him in Bullet Club nowadays and stuff, and he looks. I know he's aged, obviously, but he just looks so weird.
Yeah, he looked like shit then. He looks like shit now.
Bro, he looks like a creep. Any smile he gives is just okay. Keep him away from children.
You like to touch Kota Ibushi? Me too.
Now that's forever, Mike.
Oh my god.
Then anyhow, Nico's what? After you compose yourself, you can take us to the breakdown of this match.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Gato was I don't know, still currently the New Japan Pro Wrestling booker. WCW just randomly picked him up when they were touring in Japan. I guess he had like literally nothing to do. So
he's not the booker anymore.
Yeah, no.
And meanwhile, Chris Jericho is the Ring of Honor champion and trying to get CM Punk's old office job. I mean, what?
Yeah.
So
they did have a history too because they wrestled in some tournament in Japan. And I think they said Gato beat Jericho by cheating, so they didn't have
I'm genuinely...
touching his butt.
Yeah, probably. I'm genuinely shocked.
Oh, Lionheart.
Can I say it the other way? Jericho looks more like Lionheart nowadays than Lionheart back then. It's just really weird how that happens.
It's really weird. I'm shocked Gato was anything in wrestling, especially when you look at this match, because it's all Jericho's carrying this fucking match.
Dog, he was wearing Hulk Hogan's red and yellow colors.
I know Nico's going to break this down, but he was supposed to... Jericho went for a Frankensteiner, and Gato completely...
We'll talk about that. I have that in the notes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's a fucking... Yeah, great job, Gato. You fucking jack
How has he
off.
been in the business? I guess when you're the booker in New Japan, I guess that's how you say it.
No, it's because Antonio Inoki was like, oh yeah, he's good. And everybody's
he
like...
massages my chin.
The fuck you said?
It's just so crazy. Like, the best years in New Japan is booked by him, though, too. It's just... I guess that's... I mean, we've seen one spectrum where the best wrestler in the world is the worst booker in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but Kenny Omega. And the worst wrestler... I guess not the worst wrestler in the world, but one of the worst wrestlers in the world is the best booker in the world.
I disagree on... at least lately.
He's not booking anymore,
fallen
though.
off.
He's not the booker anymore.
That's fair. I wonder why. Maybe the fucking accusations have a lot to do with that. Anyway,
anyhow,
so
take us through the match.
Together through the match, finally. This is a very hard-hitting bout between Jericho and Gato, where Jericho is mainly just dishing out the punishments.
Yeah.
This is a preliminary heel turn. He doesn't go full heel yet. That won't come until like a month or two later. A lot of stiff kicks and chops. Jericho skins the cat and gets the clothesline that sends him outside. 2 power bombs by Gato, which is probably the only moves that he executed well, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
followed by
Jericho sold him really well too.
Followed by a sleeper hold until Jericho fights out with a power bomb, and we get to this point. So, I guess what happened was there was a miscommunication where he's like, "Do you jump or do I jump?"
Yeah.
Oh, look, balls. Let me follow them real quick.
Just...
A botched Super Frankensteiner by Jericho, where Jericho nearly broke his neck.
Yeah.
And it didn't help the matters when fucking Gato puts all his weight on him.
And we're not talking like this is like a legit just, oh, it was a freak accident and he just missed it. No. Like, this was fucking an inch away from being Hayabusa.
Yeah, it was
all over
bad.
again.
Yeah.
Like, this was so fucking ridiculous.
Like almost Big E bad, too.
Yeah. Like, it was not great. It was very, very scary. And Gato, I don't know how he was ever a thing in wrestling.
I don't know.
Because every move looked like it was convoluted in his setup. It didn't fucking look like it hurt at all.
Yeah.
It looked like he was hurting himself more than he hurted his actual fucking opponent. And the big spot of the fucking match botches at near the tail end.
Yeah. You could, I think, looking back, you could tell that probably Gato was sandbagging Jericho.
Probably.
I think it's over the Black Tiger gimmick. No, the Black.
No,
Liger
that was Eddie.
Yeah,
That
was Black Liger.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero was Black Tiger, I think.
Which is
no, but Black Liger.
We'll get to
Jericho.
Eddie. We'll get to Eddie later.
But to finish off, Jericho performed a plancha after both get countered with a Gato dropkick, which actually looked kind of cool. Unique Gato knee breaker sends Jericho flat on his back. Top rope flying kick countered into the Lion Tamer, where Jericho wins via that submission. Luckily, Jericho only suffered a broken nose from that match.
Not a broken fucking neck.
Not
Yeah, because he fucking... Because when he went and landed on the Frankenstein, I think he landed face first into the camera.
Yeah,
right?
he did.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he just face planted pretty much, which was brutal.
And let's not forget, that's wood underneath that canvas. You have
rings were built like hard back. They were hard back then.
It was like oak or like pine 2x20s in rows of 10 in like a row of 10.
Like you could hear the wood.
You could
from the
hear.
microphone.
But
that was a hard hit.
Cool.
It is cool.
It's a good sound.
It is a good sound.
It's a good sound, but not a good result.
Some wrestling rings are still built that way. Like Impact rings are still somewhat built that way.
Yeah, fucking AAA's rings are.
And I know our local promotion, Top Rope, takes 2x10s and hinges them so that they can stuff them in their trailer when they go from show to show.
Yeah, and it's also less fucking taxing on the body. Those rings. So yeah, I mean. It was a good match.
It was,
but it was because of Jericho.
It's fucking awful.
It's
Jericho
it's not
carried
the whole match is just Jericho selling, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean
that's literally it.
It could have been worse, though. You know what I mean? Like it really could have been.
It's like 80% Jericho selling, and then Jericho taking a move and selling the move. Is the other 20%.
That's fair.
I agree with you. I think Jericho carried this match. He made the match come off as good as possible. I give it 3 stars.
Yeah, I give it like 2.5.
I'm with James. I'm with James.
It's alright. Like it's not right home about.
BT does.
It's not offensive.
I don't think we gave star ratings for the opening.
I did 3 3/4.
Yes.
I'm with you there.
Yeah,
I'm
3
3
3/4. Yeah,
I'm gonna agree.
Good opener.
I'm giving it a 4.
Well, I was thinking 4, but then I was like, I'll just go 3 3/4.
We have more worthy 4-star matches later on.
Oh, great! But I mean, as an opener to your show, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
it is. It absolutely is.
So after this, we
kind of said we're both of them all today, right?
Yeah, we did. I mean,
cool.
We basically Jericho trying to get Punk's office job, and fucking Ghetto's a fucking diddler. You know.
Continue, Nikos.
Well, time will reveal itself.
Yeah, right.
So, after that, we get one of the greatest Cruiserweight matches ever. The belt versus mask match.
Oh my god.
Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio.
Was there a backstage segment before this?
Purple Spider-Man Ray Jr.
Purple Spider-Man with his underwear on the outside of his costume for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a backstage segment before this.
Was there?
Oh yeah, this is the 8 minutes of bullshit with
the Deborah Mcmichael
Okay,
interview.
let's be honest. Who cares?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fucking
honestly,
Hogan talking, and he doesn't enough on
Wait, hold on. We gotta count it though. Inconspicuous NWO promo.
Oblivious.
Numero 1.
It's the Deborah Mcmichael interview. That's the.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, hold on. I got you covered. Brother, NWO, NWO.
Brother Dude Jack, NWO White's brother.
Throw in a half
Macho Man
there for good measure.
I don't like Roddy Piper.
He sucks. Fuck him.
I don't want to wrestle him though. He's scary.
He scares me.
Scary. Can you
no, it's because
being...
Stin. He doesn't want Stin to show up.
No, but can you imagine being the top fucking heel in your company, right?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be like, I'm the leader of this faction. We can fuck anybody out. And you're scared of fighting Piper?
Yeah, right?
With a bad hip?
In a cage match.
Right?
And plus, he has your belt. Wouldn't you want it back?
We can buy another one. So anyway.
Before that match, we got, again, the Deborah Mcmichael match, where basically she says, JJ left because he was a weak piece of shit, so I'm going to find someone to stand up against Michael. And of course, you get Michael to go into the back and say, "Bitch, give me back my ring, give me back the credit cards that you wasted and maxed out on." And Deborah's like, who are you? Where am I?
Yeah, this segment was bad.
It's Deborah, of course.
There are
too,
very iconic female valet characters in wrestling history.
That's not one of them.
Deborah's not one. She is awful.
There was a reason that if you watch the WrestleMania 17, they never talk about the fact that she was supposed to be in the Rock's corner.
I wonder why, because she sucked at cutting the goddamn promos.
You know what's weird? It's in that.
She was just eye candy. That's all.
Package,
unfortunately, that's all she was good for.
Because it's not about her. It's about the title.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's go over the greatest cruiserweight match ever.
Alright, so if Ray loses this, he has to take off his mask. And honestly, Ray, good thing you kept that mask on, because no offense, buddy, you look
okay.
You look like a filthy animal.
No, I got you covered. Ray, you're an ugly motherfucker. You look like melted Play-Doh in the sun. You look like what happens when crayons want to end themselves. You look like a fucking troll doll with the hair cut off.
Yeah.
Like, god damn, dude, you are one ugly asshole. The fact that you bred is crazy.
I love how you're saying all this with a mask on.
Yes, well, guess what? I can show my fucking face.
Funny, if you see what his daughter looks like, you'll understand how is that Rey Mysterio's
right?
daughter.
It's not.
Look at fucking Dominic.
No.
Look at Dominic.
It's Eddie's kids.
That's true. No,
this was the custody match.
That's it, I'm taking the custody papers.
Aaliyah was never confirmed. Aaliyah was never confirmed to be Eddie's daughter. Aaliyah was never confirmed to be Eddie's daughter.
Where the fuck is Vicky?
I understand why. I wish they didn't cut that from the network.
Oh, god damn it. Where the fuck is Vicky? God damn it!
But yeah,
Easy,
Nico,
don't rip the custody papers. I'm still gonna sign those.
It's never confirmed that Aaliyah's Eddie's daughter. Though,
that's fair.
That's never been confirmed.
Yeah, Dominic, we know.
Here's the thing. Here's how we know Dominic is Eddie's. Ready?
Yeah.
Submissive to tall women. Eddie with China.
Yeah.
Dominic with Rhea. Yeah, you're right.
Big, tall, muscular women that have black hair.
Yeah. Go ahead, Owen.
I want to say something. I think it's funny they keep alluding to it because Dominic just made the reference recently that they said that they called me this generation's Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero was that generation's Dominic Mysterio. He just said that on Raw this past week.
I love he's just going full in with the meme now. That's great. Good on you, Dominic. God bless you.
I'm so glad that they decided to let one of the goddamn dwarves from Snow White get a career. Fucking shitty.
Alright, let's
So, Rey Mysterio, just to get it out of the way now, and Eddie Guerrero. Well, Eddie's dead.
We covered it in the SummerSlam 2002.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Oh, guess what?
Never mind,
James.
The only thing that's changed is that Dominic's turned on Ray, and Ray's about to challenge Walter for the IC title on SmackDown this week.
Yeah.
Fucking bobblehead fights the bobblehead.
Yeah.
Wait, he's fighting Dominic's lookalike, is what you're saying?
Oh, that's awesome.
He looks like Dominic. So
you know what the funny thing is?
Go ahead.
Because Triple H has taken over, that's probably why he booked that freaking
I'm gonna feed into the meme real quick. Let's just go with it. Yeah.
Hey, Dominic, do you still have those papers by any chance?
We're gonna have another custody match. It's gonna be Walter versus you now.
Hey, Walter. How's your Spanish, man?
So anyway,
mine gay?
Let's let Nikos go over this.
So yeah, if Ray loses, he has to take off his mask. The problem
is that it's a part of the suit.
Yep. True.
It's a fucking hoodie. The whole thing's a one-piece bodysuit. How is he going to take the mask off?
I'm convinced that was done by design so that way he couldn't lose the mask, and Bischoff was pissed.
And here's the thing.
After Nichols breaks it down, I'll give the history perspective behind it.
Sure, and here's the thing. Eddie was the only one that had a problem with that. Like, he really did not want to...
He was fighting for Ray to keep it, yeah.
I think the day of the show, Waze covered this. That's what I was going to say, but now that it's already brought up.
Yeah, go for it.
So yeah, all day at the pay-per-view, Ray was supposed to lose, and Eddie campaigned for it. I don't think Ray knew till like after the match that it was Eddie that campaigned for it, but he found out like just before the match that he was going over. Like he didn't know until before the match.
Because Eddie advocated for it, and which, by the way, this shows how petty Bischoff can be. Like, I'm sorry, but he is here.
He's crap!
Yeah.
He's smellier than ever.
Oh my god, that's good. Fucking Bischoff then would go on to hot potato this fucking title.
Yeah.
For literal like months.
I hate to say
this point.
I hate to give it
just
away,
to stick it to him.
I think Eddie won the belt back on Nitro.
He did.
Yeah.
Then he lost it to fucking, I think, who did he even fucking lose it to? It was like some random jabron.
Yeah.
Well,
fucking, I don't remember.
To Google.
To fucking, yeah.
But yeah, let's let Nico say this.
If you could get that.
So we start off finally.
Shine. Go for it.
So we start off with lightning fast offense. These boys are giving it all their god. They're like super speed, which leads to the fight on the outside. Vertical suplex from Eddie, followed by a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Eddie locks in abdominal stretch while trying to rip Ray's mask off.
Yeah.
Ray then counters with the greatest looking springboard backflip counter into the DDT.
Oh my god.
Should have won the fucking match.
Should have won.
What a fucking move.
But then you see Eddie rip half of Ray's mask during a camel clutch. The gory special into the arm drag counter by Ray. Ray gets stuck in the tree of woe, but dodges Eddie's attack. Eddie gets hit straight in the guerreros, right in the huevos.
Yes.
Right in the cushion.
This is the only good fucking ball hit on a post the entire night. We will get to why in a fucking minute.
Yeah, because he goes like lightning straight into it.
He's trying to go for a drop kick. He misses and fucking huevos right into it.
It looks so smooth too.
So good.
This is the moment
the velocity was great.
This is the moment where Eddie should have screamed, "Where the fuck is Vicky?
Vicky!
My ice pack! Fuck is Vicky? Give me my ice pack, please!"
Mickey Guerrero.
Oh, where the fuck is Mickey?
We then get into 619 while catching Eddie's head into a head scissors and sends him outside.
First successful 619 attempt ever.
Sent on into another head scissors, so 2 head scissors.
And it's a fucking flipping tope. So Ray flips over, he bounces and fucking gets him in a senton and then head scissors this motherfucker onto concrete.
Yeah.
God, this looked good.
West Coast Pop countered into a backbreaker by Eddie, which that backbreaker counter looked lightning fast and good.
Nice.
Like that knocked the wind out of him.
Yes.
Then Ray dodges Eddie's frog splash. Crucifix powerbomb countered by pinfall by Ray. So Ray wins by pinfall, new champion, and he keeps his mask. But let's just say that counter from the Crucifix Powerbomb was just so good. I'm surprised that there was no botch that happened.
That was such a great fucking counter.
If there was a botch that happened there, this would have been a really rough.
That would have been fucking unfortunate. But they hit everything picture perfect. I mean, this is. This is 5 all day.
It's Ray and Eddie. You could drop a quarter in the middle of the ring and they'll drop an elbow on it all day long.
This was just a hell of a match. You put this match anywhere, it stands the test of time.
It's
like this.
So good, yeah. This is like 5 all day.
Think about I know we just talked about it, but like think about how differently we would have viewed this match had they not gone with Ray winning too. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, honestly.
And of course, afterwards, Eddie attacks Ray for cheap heat after the match because of course
Eddie was gonna get the belt back anyway.
But I'll just say this and stuff too. Like Nico's covered about. That's not even like this match is so good. There's so much stuff that we didn't even cover. Like you just have to
probably.
watch
Like you honestly, you gotta watch this for yourself.
If you watch no other match from this night,
this is the one.
Let it be this.
This match is so good. Like 2K22, you can play this match on 2K22 in the story mode and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even that doesn't even do it.
No way.
Yeah,
no way it does it justice. No way.
This,
Especially on that shitty fucking engine. Don't even get me started.
I made the mistake in doing it on Legend mode. What happened? I would try to do that DDT spot you talked about.
Yeah.
I didn't, because they tell you how to do it, but it's so freaking hard because it says you have to do it away from him and all. It's just...
Dude, it's a springboard counter from the backbreaker.
Yeah.
He then does a twirl and then hits him with the DDT.
Yeah, like...
It's fucking ridiculous.
And he kept reversing it, obviously, because I was an idiot and did it on Legend mode. So.
Man, are you saying you fucking... In other words, are you saying you lost the match and Ray had to take his mask off? Did you rewrite history, Owen?
Let's just say I rewrote history a few times because I kept losing.
Fucking no, his face is exposed.
Because what happens in the game is in the cutscenes, whatever damage you take in the cutscene, it applies in the game when you stop picking it up again.
Damn it.
Yeah, alright. Mike, anything to add to this match?
No, honestly, it's a 5-star match. There's not much I can really say about it.
Casey?
Pretty much everyone just
I'm with him.
Yeah.
So 5-star all around.
5-star all around, yeah.
I mean, maybe Ray should have won a bit more convincingly, but considering the fact it's Bischoff being
It's
Bischoff.
the third match of the night. There's not much you can do.
Yeah.
And honestly, Ray didn't have the 619 at the time, so you know it was. He did his head scissor with it, but you know.
Yeah.
So after this, we get an oblivious NWO promo. Number two.
And this one is with a coked out Macho Man and a pissed
No.
This is the Hogan one.
This is the Hogan one.
That's the Hogan
basically,
one? Okay.
he and Bischoff are just bitching, moaning, and pleading J.J. Dillon to have Sting barred from ringside. Which, can I just say, you got fake Sting in NWO.
By the way, not ringside, banned from the building.
Yeah, banned from the building. But still, you got makeshift Sting with you in your fucking faction.
You have Jeff Farmer in your stable.
So if that applies to the real Sting, wouldn't that apply to any other fake Sting that you have associated with you? How the fuck does this work? Bischoff and Eric and Hogan, stop pussing out a fucking match, please.
The question I have, I do want to say something I liked about the promo. I like that they went with black and white. It makes the NWO promo stand out.
But that's all they do for the NWO promos. It's a simple monochrome.
Question I have, because I've seen Big Show's work. Was he fairly new to a heel? He just seemed new as being a heel.
He's been heel since the end of '90.
Because I asked this because he seemed nervous to like be a heel.
No,
he didn't have that.
He was never gonna be a fucking main star.
But he doesn't have that in 03. I'll tell you why he was so good when he showed up in WWE. Because Vince was producing him. Bischoff by himself was so convoluted and terrible, it was fucking laughable.
But he just seemed nervous when he was.
He was always nervous. There was not one time in WCW where Bischoff was actually a good heel authority figure ever in WCW. WWE, fucking all timer. Yeah. WCW, nope.
Even TNA before like the shit hit the fan, he was a decent heel authority.
Yeah, he was decent. Yeah. Like, he still had that fucking charm that he got from WWE, and a lot of that probably has to do with Vince.
But you could
say what you will about the fucking cunt.
And we have.
You can understand why I'd asked you why he was new, because of how nervous he was.
Exactly. So fuck that. Fuck this segment. This segment sucked.
And by the way, it was fucking long. Dude, I counted
5 minutes.
Over 5 minutes.
Bro, we were on the watch-along, and I'm like, dude, how long does this need to fucking go?
I do have to ask, this seems like an angle you would do on TV, not on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly! There's no buys!
Like, why are you...
You're already at the fucking pay-per-view!
And I say this because you're basically saying, fuck the fans, when you're not going to get it. I guess that's the whole. I guess that's NWO's whole thing, but it's just like.
But that's really bad for business.
Yeah.
It's like DX coming out of nowhere and saying, "You want to just unplug the show?"
Hey, let's wait another year for that.
Well, wait another few years.
Actually, DX does do that later in the year. Actually,
they do.
That match they had on Raw for the European title.
Hey, the one that was literally unplugged was Stone Cold on a fucking Zamboni.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know.
Yeah, continue.
So, now, as mentioned prior with the Deborah promo, Jeff Jarrett left WCW because apparently they weren't paying him enough, and to go back to WWF, where he would complain about doing his strut and walk gimmick that he hates, yet he continues to do it for some fucking reason. I don't know why, probably does it for money. So, Deborah, in order to keep her position in WCW, has to find a replacement to fight her husband. I don't know if they were still together at the time or divorced, but who cares? Steve Mcmichael versus, and boys, I gotta do this. Just
Yeah.
Let's go.
I gotta do this.
Do it up.
Oh wait. Is this on?
Here we go.
It's on copy.
Try.
Ooh, big waffles. Okay, we gotta stop because this bed's creaking and that's gay as fuck.
It's kind of crazy what you can do with two guys in a bed.
Plus, I don't want to get caught. I don't want to get copyrighted.
Fucking Das Wunderkind.
Das Wunderkind.
Das
Right.
Wunderkind.
Accompanied by
Also, Mike, what did you nickname him? What did you nickname him as a kid?
The Wonder Cunt.
Which I guarantee made your dad piss himself laughing.
That's Wunderkind. Yes. That's what he does
Mike,
to the
this
women
is
in bed.
Mike said that as a kid.
Yeah. It's fucking Mike.
Yeah.
It's Mike.
What do you mean?
I
What do you
shouldn't be
mean?
surprised.
Want to guess what's under the hat?
No.
I'm gonna give you a hint. Do re mi.
Do re mi. By the way, go fuck yourself. Hey, we got it on the air. All right.
Alright,
let's get the show on the road. And by the way, the referee for this match, debut Charles Robinson.
Oh boy!
looks so young here.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's young. He's a greenhorn, all right.
All right,
Emphasis on the green.
So we start off with Alex getting body slammed, and he sneaks out of the ring because he's scared of Steve Mcmichael. He got body slammed.
And then Deborah's like, listen. The deal is, if you beat him, I'll show you my headlights. And then Does Wonderkid was like, I want to see the McMichaels.
I want to see the
Wait,
Mcmichael.
are they real?
9, indeed.
So eventually he gets back in the ring, and it becomes a very wrist lock heavy type of match.
Yeah.
European uppercut performed by an actual European.
You're an uppercut?
European. Followed by a double shoulder block. After he hits the shoulder block on Mongo just stands there like, what do I do? I literally wrote Mongo.
Yeah.
I literally wrote Mongo.exe has stopped working.
Mongo McMichael, blue screen of death!
Bro,
So
there's at one point, he gets Irish whipped by fucking Alex Wright, and he's like too far. He's too close to the ropes already by extending his foot, and it's the funniest run you'll ever see.
Yeah.
He just goes, whoa, whoa, and then fucking does a quick turn to bounce off the ropes.
Alex attempts to go for a move off the top rope, but Mongo decides to take a look at the bratwurst by pulling down Alex Wright's tights.
And the full moon
my
result.
Is that full moon?
Yeah.
Alex, him being a scrawny armed cruiserweight, tries to hit Mongo with his own finisher, the Tombstone Piledriver, but Mongo reverses it terribly, unfortunately. It's cruiserweight. Mongo actually hits the Tombstone Piledriver.
AKA the Mongo Spike.
Goes for the pinfall, and then we get to the funny bit. So
Deborah is distracting Mr.
Also-
Charlie Robinson.
Also, really quick. Alex Wright is a cruiserweight, and he's like 6'3".
Yeah, right.
he's tall.
Think about that shit for a second.
That means he is eating good.
He's eating real good, but he ain't eating Deborah tonight.
No, not tonight. So fucking Deborah's distracting the ref.
Chuck.
Right? Greenberg, okay? Or Goldberg, however you want to call him, comes into the fucking ring.
He interferes and hits Mongo with a spear jackhammer combo.
Right. Now, here's the fucking thing about this. So he hits him. First problem. His arm is already touching Charlie Robinson's calf at the point. Alright, Charlie. Strike number 1. Strike 2. He gets him up in the jackhammer, and Charlie goes, oh shit. And fucking looks
He
at
looks directly
at
into
him.
Goldberg's eye. That's oh shit! I wasn't supposed to look at you yet.
Strike 2. Strike 3 comes when he hits the jackhammer and he pretends like he hears nothing, even though it sounded like a fucking gun went off in the arena.
Well, no, you didn't see it though.
It doesn't matter, man. Like, that's such a cop out. It's fucking. You literally can hear the fucking jackhammer hit.
You don't
The
hear
ref
it.
can't
You
call it.
feel it. The
You
minute
can
his
feel
body
it,
hits,
The ref can't call when he can't see it. Maybe there was an earthquake in that moment.
That's enough of that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe there was an earthquake in
So-
that moment.
Greenberg eventually picks up Alex by the bratwurst tights, places him on Mongo. Charles then turns around, counts the 3. Alex wins the match. Deborah gets to stay in WCW.
It was the fakest looking spot ever.
Then gives Goldberg Mongo's Super Bowl ring.
Which is the closest an Atlanta Falcon has ever come to having a Super Bowl ring.
Mm-hmm.
Das Wunderkind event goes to try to shake Goldberg's hand to thank him. Goldberg then hits fucking Alex right with the spear jackhammer combo. And yeah, that's and then Charlie Robinson tells Goldberg to get the fuck out of the ring.
I don't know why Goldberg showed up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I looked into it. I can't find the reason.
I mean, the only
You
reason...
just wanted the Super Bowl.
It was mainly the feud between him and Mongo.
I don't
that
understand.
Deborah was going to give him Mongo's
But
ring.
it's fucking... Okay. People give Mongo shit. Understandable. Like,
Yes.
he's green as goose shit.
Yes.
But
He
why
deserved
don't you
better
have
than this.
2 green assholes step in the ring together?
Yeah.
Yeah, ever. And
Like-
they did it at Starrcade, by the way.
Like, okay, if Mongo got proper training, probably by the Hart Foundation,
Yes.
he would be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His bumps are actually would make him awesome.
By
yeah.
the way,
He got a good look.
the WCW power plant sucks balls.
The only person to come out of that successful besides Goldberg is fucking...
DDP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
that's because...
And that still took years, by the way.
But it was still like, it's because he's fucking...
I mean, Goldberg's still not the best. Goldberg still isn't the best wrestler sometimes, though.
He-
Like,
Sometimes.
I can't hear
All the
you.
time.
I can't hear you. He jackhammered me on top of my fucking head in a different country.
Yeah.
Now I had to cut my career in not even in fucking half into a third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you over a thrust kick concussion.
I can't hear you over the fact that I have broken the ribs of multiple fucking opponents.
I can't hear you over the fact that I got actually owned in a backstage fight with Jericho.
I can't hear you. I killed a butcher.
I haven't
Claus.
I can't hear you over I nearly killed my own damn self punching out the window of a limo.
Oh,
I have a
I
bias.
can't hear you over the sound of me nearly snapping the Undertaker's neck.
I can't hear you over fucking Sid Vicious screaming my name.
Goldberg! Goldberg!
I can't hear you over
Eugene!
I can't believe you guys haven't said this. I can't believe you guys haven't said this one, and then I'll say my point. I can't hear you over busting my own head open. Cutting my head off a wall!
Off a wall, dude.
Oh, no.
And then off the post.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, I can't hear you because the fucking ringing in my ears when I went skull first into the goddamn turnbuckle post.
No, but I think
Goldberg, look at the record. He doesn't remember it.
I think the reason I don't like Goldberg, I have a biased opinion on Goldberg just because every time I get into something in wrestling, he always comes in and ruins it. The Kevin Owens Chris Jericho feud, the Fiend's title reign. Well, they were kind of screwing that up, but they were.
But still,
but there was something else he screwed up. Oh, Brock Lesnar's undefeated streak that he had, which. I still want it on record. Me and John are the only ones that hated that match. I think you.
I see why now in hindsight.
Like, okay, Goldberg has a really good look.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a mean-looking motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But that's it.
Yeah.
It's like when Brock talks. It's like, yeah, you're big and intimidating, but the minute you speak, I'm sorry, you lost me.
Recently, he's doing good. He's got the UFC vibe again.
It's just the tonal pitch when it's
Let's
do this. It's like, what the fuck?
I'll say here though and say that Brock's easily more talented than Goldberg.
Yeah, it's like
easily.
That's because he's an NCAA fucking champion. Sorry, brain didn't want to work.
Yeah, fucking actual wrestler, actual fucking.
I get the match like a star. It was.
Yeah, it was.
You're not even
I will say. So bad it's good. Funny as hell.
Not even mentioning the worst part about it. The commentators are too busy not even talking about the match. They're talking about what's going on with this Hulk Hogan drama.
That's
I can't
fucking
hear
fair.
you. I'm too busy fighting.
I understand you're doing a storyline. This is like, if you want to take notes on what not to do in a company, don't.
You're getting chopped out by William Regal.
Always talk about the match when it's on. I understand you have other storylines going to, but it was like they even said it late in the show. The Hogan thing was such a big deal. We couldn't even talk about the
exactly. Yep.
I just hate it when I see this in matches. Like, just call it action in the win.
Bro,
like,
it's not hard, man.
Yeah.
It's not hard. There are other ways you can promote fucking matches, man.
So we said we're both everybody here is
fucking pretty much. I mean, the only thing I think we haven't touched on is Das Wunderkind. I don't care. He was on an interview and he shouted out wrestling bios for the big bratwurst comment. Yeah, he's really cool. I mean, shout out wrestling bios.
Deborah, the biggest thing is, I think,
aside from her headlights, yes.
She married.
And they suddenly wouldn't be the only headlights on the show.
No.
She married Stunning Steve Austin. I don't know whatever happened to that guy. And
both of them ended up in a pretty tragic situation.
I think right now, man, I think you're just beating a dead horse.
Oh, fuck!
Whoa! And then, when the Chris Benoit thing came out, she as Mike's joke stated, mentioned why that's even a joke to begin with. There's the steroid stuff.
Pause.
Yes.
Wait. Shh. Stone Cold beat his wife.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
But they're saying the steroids is what Get
the fuck out of here, the steroids is the reason I did it. No, it's because fucking Deborah started trying to cut a promo in the bedroom and it was like, no way!
That's awful. We're awful. We're going
You're
to hell.
talking and you shouldn't be doing that. Get in the kitchen.
This goes to show we are never bringing Stone Cold on
No. He would be like, yeah, no.
Kill us.
Fucking New Legacy, too. That's all done.
It was totally because he was just fucked up.
He was super, like, drunk. Yeah, he was alcohol to shit,
Listen,
right?
steroids and alcohol mixed together makes a
Not
very
good.
angry motherfucker because he doesn't know if he's going to be depressed or wanting to bench press.
That's what you said, yeah.
That's when you hand him a joint.
Ah? No, that's actually a bad combo. That's a bad. That's an even worse combo.
Think about where his headspace is gonna be. Exactly.
Where's his headspace? I don't know.
Should we move on?
Where's my head? In space.
Yeah, let's go.
After this, we get Oblivious NW promo number 2. This time with
coked out Randy Savage and a really
coked out Randy Savage
and a pissed off Elizabeth.
Yeah, it was short, but you could tell just Elizabeth is looking at Randy like, hurry the fuck up.
So big thing about this. They're divorced. She's with Luger by this point.
Yeah.
So she really.
Good for her, by the way.
Yeah. Right.
Good for her.
Well.
Eventually, what would happen? But
we'll talk about it.
Listen, man, sexy.
You good? What are you looking for?
My clippers. I found them.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But yeah, fucking goddamn, man. Like, she's clearly uncomfortable and doesn't want to be with this guy, and it's so obvious on screen.
But you know, there's not much that they could do because making that public would fucking ruin.
Yeah, the kayfabe. Yeah. That's fair.
I like the promo, to be honest.
It's not bad.
Really good.
The promo's good. It's just you can tell he's fucked up, and Elizabeth is not having any of it.
It's specifically, you can tell the minute that you're having a tough time seeing Macho's fucking eyes, and when they do appear, they're bugging the fuck out. They're like, where am I right now?
I don't know
where
I am.
And you got Elizabeth.
12 is my favorite color.
And you got Elizabeth smiling, going,
Yeah. She actually, I didn't expect her to talk. She actually did talk here, too.
Yeah, she did. She did a better promo than Deborah.
Though that's not really saying much.
Yeah, right.
We get to this next match, which is the piss break match. It is
oh boy,
Disco Inferno versus Jacqueline.
Oh no, we can make this real quick. We can sum it up real fast. James, grab my hand. Okay, now do it again. I'm gonna run away.
Oh yeah, run away. Yeah.
Wait. One more time.
Wait. You want to play, Mike? You want to play tag? No. You want to play tag?
No.
Oh, I gotta hit you with a roll.
Women are scary. Disco, you have like 100 fucking pounds on her. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, but I fucking hate the scaredy cat heel gimmick. It makes no sense. When he literally has 100 pounds on her, you'd probably punch her into the moon.
Jacqueline did all the fucking moves on it.
Yeah.
Jacqueline did every move in this match, with the exception of, I think, one. which was an arm drag by fucking Disco.
Oh,
they played tag throughout the whole fucking match,
Disco
and match ends with
Inferno.
roll-up pin. Oh yeah, and I forgot
drag.
Jacqueline's headlights. That's it.
Yeah,
I'll
she
say
couldn't
this,
keep
like-
those fucking things in.
I have a weird.
She must have been cold because those
The
things.
minute you're fighting a woman as a professional wrestler, as a superstar, quote unquote, fucking hang it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're
Sammy Callahan did it really well with Tessa.
Sammy
Blanchard.
Callahan did do it really well. with Tessa
And where did
Blanchard.
his career go?
Well,
It's
both of
actually
them.
pretty well still. You know.
Still pretty well.
And
Actually,
here's the thing.
Tessa's done.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: Disco actually wanted to job to Jacqueline.
And fucking Bischoff's like,
He didn't want to. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You're good. He's like, okay, you don't have to judge
Just
Jacqueline.
let her job.
Just sign this contract. Okay, fine. Okay, by the way, you're gonna fucking do the match. Fuck you.
The question.
That's
I have,
exactly what happened, by the way.
The question I have for everyone, because I was thinking about this today. Do you think WCW missed the mark by not including a real women's division to?
Yes.
Because they
The
really.
minute Medusa lost, that's when they blew their load.
Honestly, yeah.
The reason why I say no is because they would have fucked that up.
Probably.
And that's why they shouldn't have done it.
They
So that's
still
what she-
and they
that's-
still did if you really think about it.
But
Jesus.
they already had a World Heavyweight division. They had a
Cruiserweight division.
Cruiserweight division,
Yeah.
U.S. title division,
They would eventually
Television
go on to
tag
have,
team division,
They-
television title division, and fucking...
they would eventually go on to have a hardcore division.
Exactly. And if they added the female
That's
title, it would have fucking added way too much to their show already.
I was just thinking that just because it would have, because everyone.
I
Cause the WWF was doing the-
I still think they could have done something if they had Medusa win the belt and have her fight international talent until they get to her versus Jacqueline.
Yeah.
I think it could have been better,
And then
but they
there's the
just didn't
reali-
want to do
And
anything.
then there's the realization that WCW had a tough time with 2 hours every week.
It's
Yeah.
it's almost like they... and then later to 3, which means, I wonder, maybe they should have put in some fucking time and effort.
Like, they were doing well with the 3-hour unopposed time, like, in late 96. I don't know what went wrong here.
I'll tell you what went wrong. Ready? Hey, Hogan. Yeah, it's Bischoff. Can you do me a favor, bud? Can you cut a promo? I got like 15 minutes of dead air.
Dude, and it's not that hard, man.
Yeah.
It's really, like...
This is
We are
why
living proof
this shit
of that.
is in the toilet.
Because of bullshit like this.
Yeah.
Bullshit
You're the
like-
fucking reason.
So yeah, do we even need to go over this match?
I mean,
is there
dude,
anything else you have?
Dude, do you know how many points I have from this
Go
match?
for it.
3.
Fucking 6.
Alright, go for
we're
it.
gonna cut
Are
it to 3.
Because all it is time wasting,
Yeah.
sunset flip from Jackie,
Arm drag from Disco.
arm drag from Disco, chasing around the ring,
Playing
and then
tag.
just playing tag, and it's just Jacqueline who wins off who's the schoolboy pin. Where
Which, by the way, is
fucking-
one of the worst ever because you can clearly tell her feet aren't even planted on the
No,
ground.
don't forget, and we need to not forget this. The sunset flip that almost sent her fucking careening out of the ring.
Yes.
Yep.
She
Because
goes for a sunset flip powerbomb, and Disco, being green as goose shit as usual,
Always.
kept holding on to the fucking ropes.
yep.
And it's like, Disco, she's got 100 pounds under you. What do you think's gonna happen? Oh, she has no actual professional wrestling fucking background? No shit, she's almost about to fly out of the fucking ring. And I said that during that goddamn watch-along. Holy shit, she almost flew out of the fucking ring.
Yeah, Disco, man. Fucking come on, man. And by the
We
way,
didn't even get like a kick-ass WCW World Television title match.
No.
This was
it's-
a non-title
Yeah.
match.
yep. So,
Because we
Disco.
really like Disco.
Disco now runs a podcast. Jacqueline, I have no fucking idea.
Listen, I like Disco. He's not a bad person, but fuck me as an athlete.
He's
He is
terrible.
Compared to what was on the show at the time, he's awful.
And again, I say this: if Disco's the voice of reason for the AEW fucking bullshit,
There's a problem.
there's a problem.
If you want to know what Jacqueline is, she would go to WWE later and be like a big star in that women's
Okay,
division.
so this was considered her last match or
It was.
appearance in
Right.
WCW, and
Yep.
then she would show up in WWF in August of 1998.
By the
Yeah.
way, 98 was also the fucking debut of Pretty Mean Sisters.
yeah, and then
Just led by Jacqueline.
she did a TNA stint, and then she just went into the Hall of Fame in
I don't think the
2016.
Pretty Mean Sisters was that bad, though.
It wouldn't. I don't know. It wasn't bad until Meat came in.
No, that's fair, but I mean, as a start, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Jacqueline became a really good performer, and I would.
She is a good performer,
I would
even
say
here.
The minute Lita and Trish started to, and I'll call it as it is. People will always say, "Oh, China's the reason for the women." I would say no.
Really.
Trish and Lita are the reason why the fucking women's division started getting interesting.
Yeah, they actually took it seriously
because their matches were fucking really good.
Absolutely. I mean, I got China did get like the,
Oh, she's the bossiest woman around.
Unsung heroes, definitely Victoria, Molly Holly, Ivory. Like, you can't fucking mention a women's division back then without mentioning them too.
No, that's absolutely
Trish
true.
and Lita all
But
day.
Trish and Lita are the fucking, like, if Rock and Austin repopularized professional wrestling, at least when it comes to being talked about on a weekly platform, then, yeah, I would give it to Trish and Lita for bringing back women's wrestling as a whole.
Yeah, for sure.
Because their fucking feuds were really good. Now,
Absolutely.
Nikos, after you, buddy.
Yeah, to cap off on that match, if we were going to give this a star rating, I would give it...
one.
I'd give it 0. It's not even a match.
It was a nothing. It was a
nothing
whole bunch
match.
of nothing.
I mean, the idea, I guess, was good to do that, but it's like, I think just, like I said, because I've seen Impact do the intergender wrestling thing so much better. It's just
But why with Jacqueline and Disco Inferno?
Right, yeah. Exactly.
Disco belongs in a different time period.
But, like, let's think about it, right? What's the build-up to that match?
We don't know, because...
The fucking pay-per-view! The segment early on is the whole build-up!
Yeah,
That's the whole build-up to that match!
Jacqueline belongs...
They had jack fucking shit!
And they
Jacqueline doesn't belong in
Nitro.
wrestling. She belongs at home, where she belongs as a woman. Like,
oh, the typical
Disco.
sexist thing. Yeah, like this.
Disco.
Also,
This
isn't
sucked.
Disco Inferno supposed to be a guy from the disco era?
He is.
Yeah,
It's the fucking late 90s!
But it also doesn't make any sense, because why would disco be heel to women?
Exactly.
When the disco era was about
loving
empowering women.
Yes.
I know.
What happened was when Jacqueline came in, she immediately targeted Disco for no fucking reason.
You're white.
Well, she was with Kevin Sullivan, and God knows what the fuck.
Oh yeah, too legit to quit.
Sullivan.
Too legit to
Too
quit.
legit to quit.
Too legit to quit.
By the way, to answer Mike's point earlier, another person who still benefited from intergender wrestling was Matt Cardona, because that's how he turned heel on Impact.
Yeah, that's fair.
Gail Kim.
Yeah, Gail Kim too.
Well, you said you were saying male though, so.
Oh,
Matt Cardona's enough because that was
Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of my daughter.
Let's just get to
Then
that.
she'll have my child.
Next thing. Next.
Maybe Edge for that spear on Lita.
Yeah, probably.
This next match is a match that will be considered okay, decently on paper, as I have here now, but man, not a very weak feud between these two. It is the U.S. title match between Ric Flair and Kurt Hennig.
You would expect a banger. You really would, but I'll be honest. I don't know if it was both of them having like an off night or something going on. Maybe there was something behind the scenes that we don't really know like that was happening. But it's probably one of the worst Flair matches, and that's
Ever.
really hard to say.
Yeah.
He's fucking perfect as his opponent.
Yeah. Perfect.
I guess maybe it's because
Clearly.
that Kurt really wanted this as a main event, because in the Nitros that led up to this, for some fucking reason in his
Every
contract,
match was a main event
for Hennig.
for months.
I think what was also weird about this, I think you're gonna cover it, but I'll just say it
It's in the
now
middle of
is
the show, which is weird.
Yeah.
they did this storyline. James and I talked about we did our Clash the Champions retro, where they were teasing that Kurt Hennig was a turncoat. He was in the NWO, and he was just, and then
which made no sense.
They turned him heel, and then they did this bit where, like in the War Games match, he like took out Flair by hitting a chair off of his head, like while he was pinned against the door. I think that was like a month before this or something.
Right, it was at War Games. I thought it was at Fall Games.
Yeah.
Well,
Ric
yeah,
Flair,
it's the same thing.
Oh,
Ric Flair comes out. He doesn't even show really that he has any. I mean, he does show it in the match, but he doesn't show he has any after concussion effects or anything.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Thought, brain, lightning, touching. Why the fuck wasn't Hennig in the Four Horsemen?
He should have been.
He should have been.
That's the point.
Because
He
has a
turncoated.
really
he
good
turncoated.
friendship.
Yeah.
With Flair,
With
which is why
Flair!
it makes no sense
Like
to join the NWO.
he showed up Flair kept asking the question, "Are you part of the Horsemen?" And Hennig's like, "Well, I don't have my answer yet, but eventually you'll find out."
He was supposed to be the enforcer because Arn Anderson's shoot retired.
Yeah.
But
And then
it would have been Arn, Flair, Hennig, and
Benoit,
Mcmichael, yeah.
oh fuck me.
You know what I'm just thinking about?
That's a stable you don't mess with.
This is probably what gave Tony Khan that inspiration to do that stuff with Daniel Garcia. They didn't work then. It didn't work now. Like,
No, it didn't.
and of course the build up to this, which leads to Hennig turns his back on Ric Flair. It's fall brawl. Then Hennig would steal Flair's coat, walks down to the ring with his coat on. And then
Look. Good fit.
Yeah, it was a good fit.
I like that. It's the sleeveless robe thing. Didn't know I was going to like that as a fit.
Pretty good.
Looks good. Especially with the red.
Yep. Match starts off with Flair jogging down to the ring to attack
What
Hennig.
a fucking
jog.
Bro,
jobber.
he's getting a Virgil run going with this shit.
Don't forget, Flair's cardio is awful. He gave up.
It's the old man body.
But even then, a year later, he doesn't have the old man body anymore.
No.
When he showed up in WWE, he didn't have the old man body.
No, he did not.
But for this fucking night against a person
Yeah.
that he has a lot of respect for, Flair just didn't care. Flair was fucking...
Neither did Hennig either, by the way. I mean, he
is
sold
really
well,
fucking
but
sad.
yeah.
like neither one seemed to have given a single fuck about
Because
this.
if this was like... I'll say it like this. If Vince was booking this match...
He actually did.
Which absolutely, and it's a fantastic match on the Fed.
Yeah.
If fucking Vince was booking this match with the build that it has, it would have been either the opener of the show, which would have made sense, or the mid of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it's fucking somewhere between the opener and the mid.
Yeah.
It's kind of and that's another thing. So he runs down and he's immediately going after him with chops. Bro, punch the fucker. Punch him. Fucking kick him. Fucking go balls to the wall like you're fucking Austin. Like, that's what you should be doing in that instance. This dude fucking turncoated on you.
Well,
and then you're fucking not giving a single shit
I don't know.
there?
Sometimes the chops though hurt more than the punches
That's
do.
all he did.
That's
Yeah.
all he did.
The whole fucking
Dude,
match.
fucking 85% of this
Oh,
match
here
was
it comes.
chops.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh, the fucking
I also don't understand why the match is like just a regular match too. This should it should have been
Especially
like
when they were using chairs, yeah.
Yeah.
Flair's best bump is when he fucking just falls.
Oh yeah. So in the match previous to this, they do the fucking post bump again with the nutsack. Right?
Yeah.
So they use the nutsack spot with Jacqueline in the discos. I want you to keep that in mind for this match as well. The turnbuckles, the posts are cushioned with the Slim Jim sponsorship. It's a fucking inflatable covering the steel post.
It's essentially like what the LED post looked like.
Exactly,
in WWE.
except it was inflatable. So it looked like it had zero effect.
Well, it's foam.
It's foam shit.
It also kind of takes away the effect of the Eddie Guerrero bump.
Oh,
when you
but
kinda
because
think
with
of
the
that.
Eddie Guerrero bump,
But with the Eddie Guerrero bump, he had way more velocity to it.
Yeah.
Still
Yes.
to hurt.
But hold on. Oh no, leg post. Oh,
Yeah,
leg
and
post.
the whole match they're
Oh,
fucking doing
it's
it.
Fucking so.
It's cushioned.
boring.
It's cushioned.
Like
Yeah.
I shouldn't be saying that about a Hennig match. I really shouldn't. Flair and Hennig should be a fucking entertaining match because it should be balls to the wall, not the whole match. But for the first 5 minutes, and all it is Flair. Here he comes. He hits the chop. Woo! He hits another chop. Woo! What does fucking Hennig do? Super bump.
Keep
Especially
running.
on.
Go
They
ahead.
had a match in Flair's last match in '93 in WWF until 2001 was against Hidden, and that loser leaves Raw
And it
match.
was great.
And it's a good
Great.
fucking match.
Yeah.
So go ahead and run through these.
so I'm just going to run this down since we already talked about some of these. Again, Flair fights Hennig before the bell rings. Flair targets Kurt's leg, and he takes back his rope from Hennig. Kurt tries to damage Flair's leg. This very leg-targeted type of match.
Yeah, because he wants to apply the figure 4.
Yep. Kurt hits a neck snap on the ropes. The crowd is getting bored. Actually, took time to write
Which
this
is
down.
Yeah.
bad.
Sleeper into back suplex, knife edge chop, head punches, and styling profiling by Rick, which is pretty much everything in his matches.
It's just every Flair match ever, which is why I say, like, Everybody fucking glorifies fucking Flair. I look at matches like this, and it's like, dude, like, 65% of his run was awful.
Is knife edge
It's
chop,
just knife
head
edge
punches,
chops, head
yeah,
punches,
styling, profiling.
fucking Flair
He
flop.
actually made that joke in Stin's Hall of Fame and when he inducted Stin into the Hall of Fame.
Right, he wasn't that great. And then he was like, oh, I know it wasn't that great. Like, he carnied everybody.
Yep.
Fuck.
Catapults into the ring. Kurt leaves.
Oh, yeah, catapult into the ring post. That, again, need to stress, is cushioned.
But will say, Hennig sold it like a motherfucker.
Of course he did.
Because he's good at his job.
He's good at selling.
The fucking distance he got on that, too.
Yeah.
From a simple fucking jump, he nailed it.
Go ahead.
At this point, Kurt is getting bored with this match. He leaves, goes back up the ring, and this is the moment where you get to see where James brought up on the watch along.
So, I'll bring it up here. So, when he comes out, he's supposedly the United States Championship. So, two things happened. Either the belt got lost in transit on the airport, or it got Jericho'd, and it got stolen out of his fucking car. Because he comes out, now with the U.S. title, but the Cruiserweight belt.
I thought so,
Same
yeah.
cruiserweight belt
that Ray just won.
I was even thinking that, too. Like, wait, I don't remember the U.S. title in WCW looking like that.
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
Like,
It was the Cruiserweight belt. That's why.
So I'm going to guess it's probably lost in transit.
It has to be, right?
I don't think Hennig is that irresponsible.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Hennig-
unless he's on drugs.
No, but even then, I don't think Hennig is that especially 97 Hennig. I don't think he's that irresponsible.
It depends on the day, though.
Yeah.
But, I think it was lost in transit. I think something fucking happened with one of his bags.
Yeah, so...
Because he's wearing gear
Yeah, he
that
is
you
wearing
can
gear.
clearly see is not, like, clean.
So, yeah, by the way, so the way they're able to get around this when he first comes out is he's holding the title just full-on palming that it's the Cruiserweight title, so you can't really see it.
Yeah.
But when he's trying to leave, you could see that this is full-on the Cruiserweight belt.
The worst part when he leaves, too, I think because I was just getting annoyed of hearing the commentators talked about it. They freaking brought up the Hogan thing. Like, guys, I don't want to hear about this anymore.
Fuck
like,
the Hogan thing.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, Rick sees Flair walking up. Rick sees Hennig walk up to the ring. He darts after him, gets him back into the ring. Suplex onto the title, misses.
Oh,
Completely.
yeah.
Yes.
Here's another fucking spot that we have to talk about. Fucking Hennig gets a chair. His head is near this cushion post, right? But he's gonna go fucking for the fences swinging this thing. Flair dodges the chair shot, and fucking
he rolls back into the ring.
Hennig selling his hands after the fucking shot fails.
It's cushioned.
Greatest worker of all time, quote unquote.
And
this
also-
motherfucker rolls out of the ring, does a sprint for ready? Another knife edge chop.
Yeah.
God damn it, Rick.
Maybe you're gonna get. Maybe it's more hurtful because you get more momentum when you run.
No,
but it's
because
just,
It's just go for a
it's the
fucking
same momentum
clothesline.
because you have to fucking stop yourself in order to hit
Yeah.
the chop. That's why when people do it, they get them set up where their chest is fully exposed.
yeah.
That's how you fucking do it.
It was
Flair, you fucking pretty much patented this move for 20 years.
I don't know. I've seen Walter do a run and chop though, and he made that.
No,
look
well,
here's
yeah,
the
but
thing.
that's Walter.
Walter's doing an overhand chop.
Yeah.
Flair's doing it from here. You try run and do this at the same time, and your momentum is
Yeah.
going to stop
Stop
because your
dead.
body's going to be like, what the fuck
are
am
you
I
doing? Yeah.
Yep.
And so he mentions that. So clearly the spot is they are trying to suplex them onto the title belt, which is a place object.
Which misses.
Okay? Completely misses the fucking belt with the suplex.
No
Hennig's
DQ.
supposed to.
No DQ.
Right, exactly.
DQ, yep.
It shouldn't even be a DQ. But Hennig or Flair, I forget who, I think it's Hennig, trying to go for a suplex, nowhere near the belt. His
Hennig-
leg touches it,
Well, because
and it's
when fucking
his
Flair-
knee is already up.
When
Yeah.
Flair goes for the lift, right, Hennig has to grab the ropes to recenter himself.
Yep.
But Flair doesn't hold him for a second so he can recenter himself. So when fucking all it is him leaning back and fucking Hennig go, okay, I guess.
Nobody gave a shit, including the two workers in this fucking ring.
No, because you can tell Hennig gave a fuck because he's selling like a son of a bitch.
He's selling, but that doesn't mean he gives a fuck.
Now,
Because everything
But
else
he's
he did
working
was
with Rick,
kinda
whose only beef was, you took my coat, I want it back.
Yeah. It wasn't-
But anyway, to finish off, Flair puts Hennig on the Tree of Woe, places the belt in front of Hennig's face in the wrong fucking direction if you want to hit him with the impact. But this is where my problem comes in.
So
if you use a weapon on a wrestler, that's technically DQ, right? You're using a weapon with your hands.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
But if you're using a placed item, like you're not touching it, does that still count as a DQ?
To give an example, right, where you're coming from with this, if I place a chair on the ground and then put your hand on top of the chair and hit the stomp, does that count as a disqualification?
I'd say no. AEW's done this a ton of times.
What happened is, he puts Hennig in the Tree of Woe, places the belt onto Hennig's face, referee begs Flair to stop.
And by the way,
Flair,
it looks like he's gonna go for a running drop kick, by the way.
No, Flair hits him.
Fucking runs around, does a woo, and it looks like he's gonna go for a drop kick, and instead does a fucking stomp.
He just does a stomp.
And calls for the bell.
You know what's sad?
The
McMichael's match was better.
Than this, yes.
Because at least, okay, we'll give McMichael shit all the time, right? But at least Alex Wright put on his fucking
working boots, yeah, man. Yeah,
like,
he did.
Even with the limitation that Mongo has, right? At least he fucking tried, dog.
Absolutely.
These are two.
Yes, he fucked up about 11 ways from Sunday.
Yeah, this is bad.
But at least he fucking tried.
Yep.
Flair and Perfect are two all-time greats. Supposedly in Ric Flair's case.
Yep.
Supposedly in Ric Flair's case, which I think the jury's out on a lot of the time, right? So two supposedly great fucking workers. What a fucking nothing burger this was.
This was a weak match in their feud.
This didn't have any. Okay, Hennig is an incredible seller. Nobody will ever give him shit. And his ring psychology's fucking fantastic. He sells the leg. The whole time that he's getting offense on his leg, he is selling the leg.
Absolutely.
He's doing great.
The problem is
you got fucking Flair.
You got an overhyped Ric Flair, and what happens after the match? Flair starts fighting with all the WCW
fucking
refs.
chops a referee. The referee no-sells it, by the way. Virgil and Conan run down trying to fucking save Hennig. What the fuck is that combo?
And fucking Conan.
What the fuck was that?
WCW Elite. Why?
You were saying, by the way. Go ahead.
I think this match just didn't have that fire behind it. Like,
no.
There should have been, like, they should have brought back Spin the Wheel, make a deal match, and do some type of Spin the Wheel.
They should have just fucking put their boots on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this was, I'll be honest, this is -1 star. This
also, why was it, this should just been this shouldn't have been for the U.S. title. This should have just been a regular match.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm going to give it a 1.
Like,
I'll give it a 1 only because of Hennig selling.
Hennig is doing work, and Flair's just not fucking trying. And that's
I'll give it a 1.
Your fucking point on this? Anything you want to add to this?
Y'all are saying it all for me. This is so boring that I'm honestly on the web right now.
Yeah. That finish was just terrible.
That was awful.
It was.
It's a bad finish because Hennig is doing a good job selling. Flair fucked it up.
Like, you can see Hennig, has disdain on his face. He is trying to leave. He says that this is a nothing match.
Yeah.
Because, you got an overhyped Ric Flair trying to be the dominator of the match.
It would have been better if Flair just fucking hit him with the title belt.
Yeah. Well, at least that would have been counted as a DQ instead of stomping the title onto him. Which, again, placed item.
Yeah, placed item.
Why not just put him in the Tree of Woe and fucking wrap the belt around your elbow and elbow drop him when he's in the corner?
Then it would have been
at least it would be interesting.
Yeah.
That would be a DQ, too.
Not McFoley, that's why. Fucking... Just move on.
fucking
There's a match here later on this card. You can actually feel the animosity. It's good, by the way. So we'll get to that.
Afterwards, we get another pseudo NW Oblivious promo, but this time involves with JJ Dillon,
which is a convoluted fucking thing.
Hey, guess what? Sucked. Who cares? Let's move on.
I would say JJ's delivery was really good here.
So JJ's delivery, yes.
Basically, the whole point of this interview is Bischoff comes out, he begs Dillon to not have this match, and Dillon's like, fuck you, the main event is happening.
Even though he should have ripped up the contract, like Casey said in the Watch Along, doesn't rip up the contract, match takes place, let's move on.
No, I think he showed that the Stin did sign something that, basically he said the main event's still on, though.
But it doesn't matter. All Bischoff has to do is whip up the contract.
Yeah.
And JJ and Sting are fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Eric says this one quote that kind of is really fucking with me, considering in WCW's longtime run. He says, and I quote, "If Sting shows up tonight, then the NWO will have Nitro." I'm like, you're selling Nitro for the NWO?
Yeah.
Like, you're just on a whim? Alright, fuck it, here's Nitro.
He probably made sue for Nitro, is what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
It's as
Whatever.
I said, it's a nothing promo.
It's a nothing promo.
It's a nothing promo because guess what? It's the same point delivered home twice. You could have had the Hogan segment and gone directly into that, and it would have made sense.
Yeah. Well, again, just do this on TV.
But they cut it into 2 fucking promos, which ruins it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make it one.
Yeah. Just do this on TV or something.
No, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking ridiculous. If the heel's like, I don't want to fight Roddy Piper.
Mm.
I don't want Sting to show up and fuck me up.
Yeah.
It's like, you have the NWO. Have them around the cage, retard.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Especially if it's a cage match, Sting can't do...
Oh, we'll get to the cage match.
We'll get to that, Owen.
But we got 2 good matches coming up.
So we've had 3 really mediocre matches. Now we'll get to the really good matches. Following up
People give this match shit.
They gave it shit.
And
Well,
we
I
liked
enjoyed
it.
it.
This
I
match
enjoyed
was
it.
good.
Yeah, it's good.
So we got Scott Hall versus Lex Luger.
The sexy Lexi.
The total package.
Narcissist.
And Larry Sabisco is refereeing this match. So you know this will be fucking...
This is going to be good.
I fucking love Luger. I really
I do, too.
Despite what they say about Luger, he's still fucking good.
To the IWC, Luger didn't want to be a wrestler, but was really good at it. You guys give him shit. AJ didn't want to be a wrestler, happened to be really good at it. You guys praise him. Hypocrisy.
Owen Hart didn't want to be a wrestler, but eventually was amazing in the ring up until his death.
Hypocrisy.
I fucking love Luger, though.
Yeah.
Luger's like the only guy that I'd be like, he will sell.
Yep.
If you tell Luger to sell tonight,
He's so
he
good
will
at selling,
fucking
man.
sell.
Although...
And we even said that about fucking Halloween Havoc 91 when we reviewed that. It's like,
He was really good there?
Thing, it was good. His match with Farouk is fucking good.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, it was
ending
good.
sucks, but it's good.
Yeah, it was good.
Let's talk about it.
So, right off the gate, first off, this is 6th final appearance on a pay-per-view.
Thank
and then
fucking God.
eventually, falling on Nitro, he would still show up, but this would be his last pay-per-view appearance.
Yeah.
So, bye-bye, bitch.
I was even thinking that after I watched. I'm like, wait a minute, he's gonna go become X-Pac and like.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, you suck, pal.
And then he's gonna have the worst theme 2 years later.
Yo, you dealing with the X Factor.
I got everything I ever wanted,
And I'll never get that back.
I don't know. The song's so bad. I feel like I have to listen
X
to it.
Factor, but you ain't gotta look at me like that. And you ain't gotta look at me like that. Yeah. Rat Face Factor, what you looking at?
Is there ever those songs though? Are there ever those songs though that are so bad you have to listen to them still though?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's one of them.
Now,
Fucking Uncle Cracker. What the
What a name! Uncle Cracker, baby.
With a K, no less.
Yeah, with a K. He's edgy. Ooh, ooh.
alright, now, apparently Scott Hall was supposed to go after the world title since he won, I believe, the match rather than the previous pay-per-view where he won the Battle Royale, but
Yeah.
No, that was a month.
that was a month prior,
later.
but Hogan and Bischoff said, no, Piper stole my belt, you need to wait. And Scott Hall's like, fuck y'all, fine, I'll fucking wait.
Well, I believe
cunts."
because they advertised World War III on this show though.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
The fact that Scott did not start
Never
that
once
is
with the world.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking Nash, and then he just stays
Which
with
makes even
black
less
and white.
sense.
Yeah.
Because Nash always sucks Hogan's balls.
Absolutely.
right.
So right as we get into the ring, both men get into an immediate
I
lockup.
love it.
And Larry can't break up the lockup, and as you can see, Larry is a very strict ref, but of course, because obviously he's backing Luger in this match. Go figure.
But he called it pretty much down the middle. So
He
good
did.
on Larry.
There was like
Lex-
a couple of occasions though where, like I think when Scott Hall's punching him too much in the corner and stuff, he calls for a break, but he kind of waits a little bit longer for Luger.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff like
it
that,
is.
but
It is what it is.
Yeah.
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 Lex targets Hall's arms and shoulders, and Larry, again, too strict as a referee. Hall drives this impressive-looking knee into Lex's back, dragging out a little more time. Eventually, there will be a counter from Luger, inverted atomic drop, clothesline combo from Hall. Larry keeps noticing Six interfering, but yet he doesn't call the bell.
No.
He sees him, like, trying to interfere, but he's like, yo, back off.
I think it's because
although at one point you do hear him tell Six, get out.
Yeah,
he does, but, again, Six.
And by the way, he does a count at one point, so, like, I think fucking Hall hits a move, goes for a pin, 1, 2, does a good count, by the way.
And yet Hall and Six both accuse...
Oh, come on, 3, 3, 3! It goes death metal somehow.
Yeah, Six vocalizes his inner death metal voice.
Yeah, can you demonstrate for us?
It's 3! I'm 6! 3 plus 4 is 7 minus 1, that's 6! Wrestling quick maths!
Quick maths!
Awesome.
Quick maths! And then featuring Lex Luger fucking selling, whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, the infamous...
Ah! Damn it!
Yeah, Hall at this point is dominating Lex. Larry backdrops Hall out of the ring because, of course, those two always get into a scuffle. And then Bischoff makes a fucking interference where Larry just kicks off Bischoff out of the ring.
Which he fucked up the first time,
and then and then he goes for the 10 counts. Both Lex and Hall get back in the ring. Clothesline, inverted atomic drug, bionic forearm combo from Lex. Signals for the rack. But again, Bischoff distracts Larry. Six interferes. Hall hits the outsider's edge on Lex, and Larry had no choice but to award the pinfall win to Hall. So we got the NWO celebrating onto the ring. Larry then demands a replay of the finishing portion of the match, and he restarts the match and starts to count up with Hall on the outside, and Hall is just rushing back into the ring.
Fucking starts jaw-jacking with Larry, pushes him, and then Lex gets him in the rack.
In the torture rack, and Lex Luger wins via submission.
No, it's no contest.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right, it was no contest.
Because I looked it up today on Wikipedia. It says it's no contest because he gets attacked before he can really call for the bell. So,
eventually, Six goes after Larry, but Larry counters by applying a guillotine chokehold, which looks fucking awesome. Bischoff then kicks Larry and places foot on Larry while Hall does a mock pinfall count onto Larry.
Which, by the way, good fucking match.
It was
good.
Really good.
I give it a 4.5 stars.
That's a good
I give it 3 because I didn't like the finish.
The finish is a little shitty, but it works.
It worked in this case because you got Larry doing his shit.
Strong.
Like, this is how you do an NWO interference.
Yes.
Like, right.
Yes. And it wasn't overkill by the
time. It was a good way to set up it was a good way to set up Bischoff versus Zbyszko at Starrcade.
Boy, was that
was a terrible match.
That has to be a retro
someday. I wonder why.
someday.
Is it because of those fucking stupid karate kicks?
I mean, you know, that's gonna be that was how it's
the
appealing.
foot leg back kick.
Oh, but here's this: the build to that is fucking Bischoff's demands to say, "All right, I want this match is gonna be punching style and kicking style heavy." So a normal wrestler.
By the way, if you notice, fucking Bischoff straight up just kicks Zbyszko in the back of the head.
Yep.
Yeah, he does.
He fucking stomps him in the back of the head, and Zbyszko does not sell it.
Yeah.
I also don't.
It's crazy.
I don't like it when they do the replay spot for the ref because they pick times when they want to do it and then they pick times when they don't.
They don't want to do it. Yeah.
But of course, if it was anyone but Larry Zbyszko, it wouldn't have worked. But with Larry,
they did it on NXT this past week and it didn't work because they always say the referee's decision's final. So why? How come here or other places it's not final? So it just doesn't really.
Well, it is WCW, so nothing made sense.
Yep, it is WCW.
Hey, you know what? It was a good story either way.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, true. After that, we get to the next match, which is also a belter.
The sleeper of the night.
This is considered as PWI's Feud of the Year in 1997. It is Randy Savage versus DDP in a Las Vegas sudden death match, a.k.a. Last Man Standing
match.
A.k.a. Texas Death Match.
This is the...
Did they pin? Oh, okay,
well,
so you have to pin.
Texas Death Matches.
Okay, so you have to pin and then the 10 count starts.
No, the AEW's Texas Death Match are no pins, so that's why I say Texas Death Match.
I don't fucking know, man. It's all weird.
So this is considered the last match in the DDP Savage rivalry,
which absolutely should have continued after.
It should have.
Yeah,
I agree.
There was so much fucking heat. It should have continued,
especially with the finish.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
DDP is coming down to the ring. like injured. He's got the wraps on his stomach, like he's
wrapped.
injured.
Fucking DDP is the strongest incarnation because he's fucking hurt.
Yeah.
And when he's hurt, he tries harder.
Man, man, people's champ for a reason.
Yep. I don't care what people say about The Rock.
The real people's champ.
Not that The Rock was bad, but
he's self-proclaimed.
Was
DDP
was his theme? By the way, was this actually his theme back then, or was this a Peacock thing?
it was a Peacock dog.
No, his actual theme was "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Yeah, I figured,
except it was changed by 2 octaves by fucking Jimmy Hart.
Hey, you know what?
You did it again, you fucking knacker.
Hey, you know what though? It works.
It does.
Yeah, it does work.
Self-high five.
Self-high five.
Self-high five.
Hey, by the way, if you want, go check out my theme edit for that one right here.
Yeah.
So it starts off with DDP immediately dominating the first half from the outside. I'm also counting this for 3 for 3. Savage eye poke, 1 out of 3. Savage then takes control back inside the ring. Another Savage eye poke, so we're 2 for 3 now.
Here we go.
Double clothesline by DDP, followed by a double axe handle by Savage. DDP gets clotheslined into the Ravens flock. Yeah, they're still there.
But that whole show.
I don't think they called it Ravens flock, but it was like Ravens disciples
Nest.
or something like that.
I think it was the
Nest, but I called it the flock.
It's the flock.
It's the flock.
It's
fuck you, WCW. We're going with ECW.
It's the flock. It's the flock nest. Nevermore.
Wait, weren't they called the flock in fucking Revenge?
Yeah. So the nest was ECW.
Yeah.
And the flock was WCW. I don't know. It's fucking.
Maybe the flock wasn't like coined yet because he was still new to the company.
It's the flock nest. It's the flock nest monster.
Get the fuck out of my head.
It's the Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka. Then the fight takes from the crowd arena to the stage. Halloween
these
props.
motherfuckers are swinging.
They
Yeah,
are swinging.
Oh my god.
Fucking potatoing
There's a
each
reason why
other,
it's
man.
PWI.
Obviously, they're not like actually potatoing each other,
But they're making
you
it look fucking
believe
good.
it.
Yeah, man.
Like they're doing pile drivers on top of the actual tombstones.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god.
I love the shot they threw at WWE when they said, "That's how you use a tombstone right there."
Yeah.
What was the thing he hit him with? It was like a waitress, like,
fucking
tray.
Yeah.
Or
We'll get to that.
The platter. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. But
because he hit to put something.
Scoop slam on. Well, first he fucking chucks him. DDP chucks Randy through a fucking tombstone.
Yeah.
Then,
By the way, that looked
vicious. Yeah. And then he fucking scoop slam him on another one, which Dusty Rhodes absolutely barks out for it. Yeah, I like this.
I also wrote this in my notes. Wholesome Dusty Rhodes commentary.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking Dusty's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Speaking of commentators, real quick, Jack and I went over Wrestle War.
Yeah.
Terry Funk.
Yeah.
Fuck me, is he good?
He's really good as a commentator.
It's
man.
crazy
I
how
can't
good he
believe
is.
he's not on commentary. Somebody get him. Somebody. Anybody.
I do want to
Fuck it, we'll get him.
I do want to mention the tombstones. These tombstones actually looked like they were painful. Like they didn't look like they were. Like,
Yeah.
And from one slam that I think it was DDP took, you can tell they're made out of Eva foam, but that shit still looks like it hurts.
Yeah, it's brutal the way he fucking slammed them on that thing.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
It looked
But
great.
They're both fucking selling like
Yeah.
And I want
They got
to
their
sit
working
there and
boots
say,
on.
dude, if only Flair and fucking
Penning did this, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like this is. And by the way, there's a reason this won Feud of the Year and not fucking Hart versus Michaels. This is why, because it looked brutal.
We're missing a spot where fucking DDP tries to get back on his feet and he snaps one of the
One of the fucking set pieces, yeah.
Well, to be fair, Hart and Michaels also didn't really pick their feud back up again.
No, there was no feud build. It was just title.
Well, in '97, let's just be honest about it. Like, fucking everybody's raves about this feud. This feud sucked, alright? They passively aggressively worked with each other. That's all that feud was. Yeah. This was two professionals in the back that looked like they actually wanted to kill each other on screen, which made it infinitely better.
The only other one that comes close is probably Shawn and Taker in the WWF.
And that's fair enough. And that's absolutely fair enough, actually. Yeah.
So, Randy now dominates and grabs camera to attack DDP, but DDP counters, which creates an outstanding visual with the camera.
Oh, by the way, that's a prop cam.
That is
not actual cam, but it looks really good.
It looks good.
Here is when Elizabeth attacks the ref to stop the counts. She swacks
the ref, man.
Yeah.
Fucking wags. fucking plate, this fucking like
this plastic platter
plate disintegrates, right? Fucking
that's one way to stop
Shivani
it.
with the call tonight, Miss Elizabeth, like he couldn't believe that she would go this far.
And I love the selling by the ref. I think it was like
Yeah,
I think it was like Randy.
I think it was Randy Anderson, and he's just like,
and he completely Terry Funks it. He's just like,
like, and he fucking like dropped to his knees first before he fell, man.
Yeah.
So
good.
Randy Anderson's out, which means
And
Elizabeth
she's
Finch throwing some cheap shots.
yeah, she's using a fucking camera wire, and then Kimberly Page comes out, and oh my lord, holy
it's a
shit.
cat fight.
Cat fight.
By the way, that was the safest fucking choke, but it looked good.
It looked
Mhm.
really
When she
good.
wrapped him with the wire, it's like, it looks good.
It looks brutal.
It looks.
It's
So
almost
Kimberly-
like it's almost like her ex-husband was a fucking wrestler.
It's almost like she was trained just to do that spot.
Yep. So
it's
Kimberly
almost like
comes
the guy
down.
she was seeing at the time was a wrestler.
Yeah, that's true.
So Kimberly comes down, attacks Elizabeth, and they head back up to the ring. At this point, now that Randy Anderson is knocked out, we got Nick Patrick replacing as him. And DDP applies the pancake and signals for the cutter, which eventually leads to Savage countering the cutter and slowly climbs to the turnbuckles. Poorly executed Randy Savage elbow drop. Like, you could tell that he didn't get the jump on. He just kind of, like, fell over.
Honestly, though, I think that was mainly him selling, though, which is great. It's great.
Well, then eventually Savage tries again. This time it connects.
Fully connects, yeah.
DDP gets up at the 9 count, so it was that close.
Yeah.
DDP then applies the cutter, but Nick Patrick is taken out. But both men eventually fight it out. They both stand up at the count of 8. DDP goes for another diamond cutter, but Savage hits him with a low blow.
Mm-hmm.
And then, this is the part where I get to count how many of these fuckers appear. Shit Sting appears and attacks DDP with a bat.
But, it's not any shit Sting. It's Jeff fucking Farmer coming out, hits him right in the gut with a fucking bat.
Actually, it's not.
Is it not?
No,
No!
think it's
Fucking
Tony
hate it now.
Tony Schiavone made this call. A Shit Sting wearing Hulk Hogan's boots.
You know how you can tell it's Hogan, too? This shitty.
Yeah.
Clock shadow.
Fuck's sake.
It's like right here.
Alright.
And it's the walk. It's Hogan's walk.
It's still a good fucking heel thing, so
Oh,
I can't hinder it.
Yeah.
It would have been better if it was Jeff Farmer, but because it was Hogan, I now have to say.
Speaking of which, if anybody shits on Jeff Farmer, you need to watch him in fucking New Japan.
New Japan is great.
Phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
I will say, just because of that, 4 3/4 would have been a 5 had it been Jeff Farmer.
I still give it a 5, even for the ending.
Fair enough.
Even though I think it's a little weak and stupid, it's like, what else were they gonna do?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I give it 4 3/4.
I mean,
This is a great.
Which
I give
in
4
fairness,
3/4
though,
too.
the fact that Hogan did this, gotta give fucking the dude credit, because Hogan put his working boots on for DDP, had him in multiple pay-per-view events with celebrity guests with DDP, and ended up propelling him to a main event match with fucking Goldberg. Hogan doesn't do this, I don't know where the fuck DDP is.
Yeah.
In fairness, credit where credit's due on that front.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Savage wins the last man standing match when DDP couldn't get up after the count of 10. Savage then goes for his early rogue phase, where he attacks Nick Patrick and gets another cheap shot on DDP. We get the shot of the officials and referees putting DDP onto the stretcher, but Savage says, "I'm not finished with you," and attacks DDP as he's being stretchered onto the ramp.
And he does this twice, I
Yes,
think.
he
Yeah,
does
he
this
does.
twice,
He
yeah.
just does. DDP could not catch a break.
But
I think it was just bad because he didn't know where Elizabeth went.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I will say, phenomenal back and forth.
Really
good
this
match.
was
Right
great.
back and forth.
Like from Luger to this, Luger and Hall and this.
Yeah, you know what? I'll
fucking
give it
matchup.
5. I'll give it
It's
5.
really
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
As a
you know what?
really
I'll also
good.
change my.
As a
I'll give it
back to
5.
I'll
back
say
with
5
3
as well.
shit matches, but like one great opener, 3 relatively shit matches, and 2 back to back really.
Don't
fucking-
forget about the
Bangers,
Eddie
yeah.
versus Ray match. That was also another.
No, that's
good
true.
thing.
So
Yeah.
one good opener, 3rd match in is fantastic, and obviously fucking 6 and 7 on the card.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Because 8's the main
There are
event.
4 really
No,
good
9
matches
to
on
make
this
that,
card.
actually. So this is 7 and 8.
Yeah, 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and
It's
so
fantastic.
and if you like Jericho, you get a good showcase with him, even though it's
Yeah.
fucking Kota Ibushi Diddler. And you also have a fucking funny ass thing with goddamn
With Charlie.
Mongo and
Yeah.
Charlie and all that. So overall, it was a very good show.
Well, I
Until
hope
we get to the
And
main
then we
event.
completely
Which, by
flushed
the way, wrong theme for Hogan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
Voodoo
dubbed
Child.
out Voodoo Child.
It's Voodoo Child.
So I do. Maybe we should mention this too. This was always a problem. I actually kind of found it was always a problem with WCW where the undercard would always be great, but the main event would always suck.
It's because the main event was always Hogan.
It was
But let's talk-
always Hogan.
On the other side, WWF, they had the opposite problem. The main event would always be awesome, but the
And
undercard sucked.
sucked.
But here's the thing. Would you rather have a shitty undercard
And a
and
great main
fantastic
event.
main event?
I don't know,
Or
yeah.
a relatively good undercard and a fucking shit-tastic?
This is why I say
Um,
WWF 2000 is the best era because you got a great undercard and
Yeah.
great main event.
I
all
would
the
say
time on every pay-per-view.
I would say probably
Except for Mania
terrible
2000.
undercard, great, because the main event's the last thing you got to remember at the end
And
of the
let's
night.
be honest, if I had to choose between Hogan and Sting and Rock and Austin,
I know what I'm picking.
Yeah.
We all know
Yeah.
what we're picking.
because Starrcade 97 would lead into 98's fucking...
Yeah,
Uncensored.
which, by the way,
No,
was just a
would
rematch
lead
for
into
Hogan. And
98 WrestleMania.
Right, yeah.
Because that is what their physical year would
it
be.
was a boom period in 98. It was leading into... It started in 97, late 97, ended in... The boom period just kept going and going in
Yeah.
98.
So, Case, would it be WrestleMania 14? Because I feel like it would be 15.
No,
it's
15.
15.
So 14...
Is it next year?
Yeah,
15
15
is
is 99.
So 14, if you really think about it, and we'll talk about it and then we'll get to the main
fuck
event.
was the
Because
main event
we're
for
like
14?
10 minutes before we need to get to the main
What was
event.
what?
What the fuck was the main event for 14?
Stone Cold
Austin
Austin
Michaels.
Austin and Michaels,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was when Austin.
That was the one
yeah.
where he won, yeah.
Yeah, Austin Michaels and Tyson.
So, like, Tyson was the main... Tyson
Yeah,
was
they
the,
were fucking done after that, huh?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. Not
we heard the
entirely.
Undertaker say it earlier.
Yeah.
Not entirely, though. Because, basically, it was like it was back and forth with celebrity appearances. So it started with the WWF Tyson. Then fucking WCW retaliated with Rodman and Karl Malone.
Right.
And then fucking...
Who, by the way, did not put on bad matches.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah, him and Rodman. When Rodman gave a fuck, he could work. I will give him credit.
You
he
do
could
know
work.
that he still calls himself an affiliated member of the NWO?
I mean,
On
I'm not
every
shocked.
podcast he does.
I'm not shocked by
Well, I
that.
mean, that's
Why
his
wouldn't he?
prerogative.
Hey, he's a mark.
Because that's
It's
all
okay.
he has left.
He's also good friends with Kim Jong-un and is trying to start a basketball league in fucking North Korea.
Good luck with that shit.
God.
But it has a...
Yo, him and Kanye would be best
Real
friends.
quick,
I'm
though.
giving this lasagna a massage while I'm trying to figure out how to announce I'm joining ISIS. Thank you for your interest.
So, it has an interesting rule set. The farther you are, the more points it's worth.
I like that.
Your shots. And I'm like,
That makes sense.
oh, that makes a lot of sense. So
Yeah.
half-court shots are worth double.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
I
That's
like
why
that idea.
basketball was.
I like
fucking
that idea.
great. It was a really good one.
Anyway, back
Well-
to Halloween Havoc.
Hope you guys enjoyed the last two matches, because this one you're probably going to sleep on.
I actually
So-
did fall asleep doing this match.
Yep. And by the way,
I almost did.
this...
Live.
Yeah.
I almost fell asleep live. I'm like, this is so fucking boring.
Yeah.
So, just to give you guys a heads up, this match I have here has the most number of points because this has
Oh, you mean like
2.5 pages worth of notes.
Oh my god.
But hold on, I have to ask before you get to the notes.
Yep.
How was your day, Owen?
My day was good.
Yeah.
I've been up since like 5 that day, so I didn't really have a. That could be why I fell asleep, but like you
That's
know,
fair. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, you know, we get tired.
Because-
It's human nature.
because
Shit happens.
Yeah.
You work your ass off. You get
I was
tired.
binge watching
forget
Impact. Maybe because too I was binge watching Impact, and then I fucking had to come watch this shitty main event. I was watching a great main event of Josh Alexander and Joe Doran, who, ironically enough, are about the same size as
As
Hogan and Piper,
yeah.
and somehow. And not a lot of people like Joe Doran, but he had a better match with Josh freaking Alexander.
I believe it. I believe it 100%.
I completely believe
Joe
it.
Doring is fucking underrated.
We
he's
need
like
to watch.
he's like Stan
we need to
Hansen.
watch more All Japan shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's really good.
I just couldn't. I always heard this match was bad, but I'm like, you know what's Hogan and Piper? They can probably smoke and nail
Okay,
this
so
enough.
here's where the problem comes in.
Well, wait, hold on.
Go.
That's fair, but hold on. How was your day, Mike?
Oh,
We're just gonna do it. We got to do this. man.
Owen,
We
we
have
haven't
to.
known why this is what we were asking ourselves during the
Exactly.
fucking match.
Exactly. How was your day?
I took a nap.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay,
I actually did. I was pissed. I fell asleep during the match. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta fuck, because I thought I'd be hosting this thing.
Now,
so-
guess what? You didn't miss much.
You didn't miss
Owen,
shit.
I did a play-by-play of everything.
Yeah, don't
I'm
worry.
so happy you did. That's why I'm happy I'm not hosting.
So you took a nap. All right, cool. How about you, Nikos?
I am pretty good. You know. I'm also recovering from a cold right now. That's why I sound a little poopy right now.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm okay. I mean, had a good sleep. Came here. We were doing this. How about you, Case?
It was going pretty good until we had to talk about this shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right,
James?
get over
Hey,
it.
James? Guess what?
Yeah.
This match fucking sucks.
Oh, God.
No. This match is fucking awful, and if you like it, you're a terrible person. You probably throw babies in rivers. You're fucking awful. This match sucked cock long style. You're the type of asshole that probably eats corn on the cob long way. This match fucking is awful. First off, let's begin this shit. The cage, let's go back to 1990 fucking 1 to Halloween Havoc, and let's just take that thing, get rid of the ceiling, and it's the same piece of fucking shit.
It was the same cage.
What I think they were trying to do was WWE had just done the first Cell match, so they were trying to...
It's awful. It's so
gross,
bad. It
bro.
looks like a fucking
You
arts
could
and
tell.
craft piece by a toddler.
You could tell they were trying to recreate the Shawn Michaels getting scared of the cage because he's
Bro,
with the Undertaker.
they did this over and over and
But the
over
thing-
again.
It's with Hogan and Piper.
It's fucking Hogan.
Hey, how do you win this match?
All right.
I honestly didn't know. I was going to ask that question.
Okay. Let's just get onto the notes real quick.
Yeah,
and then
Please.
All right,
Let's
so
all be quiet for a second.
Run through all of it.
All right, I'm gonna run through all of this in a very monotonous tone right here.
Please,
All right.
yes. Oh, you gotta do it like Michael Buffer?
If you want, I can
Yeah,
do it.
please.
All right.
He's monotonous tone.
I feel like
So-
we haven't-
Piper was made an interim creative executive of WCW and wanted to book himself in a cage match against Hogan since Uncensored 1996. Or Uncensored 1997, excuse me. And just cause Piper loves cage matches for some particular reason. Piper wanted a cage match since Uncensored 97, as I said. This is a non-title match. Piper stole the WCW belt on Nitro a couple weeks back.
Which, quick editor's note, the fucking NWO logo looks like a squiggly line.
It does.
Across the entire face of the title.
Also, another side note, I'm getting more Howard Finkel than Michael Buffalo, but that's just me.
Which is probably a good thing, because if Michael Buffer hears this, he's probably going to try and sue us.
Yeah.
Let's get litigate!
Your main event, The Age in the Cage!
Fuck. Yep.
Alright, at this point I'm just gonna read normally.
The racist with the racist.
So, again, Hogan wants to leave the cage early, reminiscent of the HBK Undertaker match at the first ever Hell in the Cell, except tremendously hokey and shit. Piper attacks Hogan with the belt, and then Piper eats Hogan's asshole.
Legitimately,
Yeah.
he's just like trying to knob on his dangly parts, and
Like,
I have no idea
It's
why.
like Piper missed out on his breakfast and was like, "Oh, dinner."
You know, I haven't had dessert yet. Let me get some cake.
Let me get some pudding.
Oh my.
I want that Hogan cake.
And then
Fucking
Piper.
tapioca flavored. Because he's old as fuck.
Nico's does not.
That's so good.
Piper then.
Built like a Volkswagen and fucks like a bus.
Piper. Built like a Volkswagen without the fucking wheels. Piper then bites Hogan's forehead and tosses him around the cage and ropes. And then I
What
wrote
the fuck
this.
was the point of the biting? You have punches.
And then I wrote, now the real match begins.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Since there is no fucking
Can
referee.
I see if that's in quotations?
No, I just wrote ... after this. The only thing I put in quotations is age in the cage.
Yeah.
So, Piper pokes Hogan in the eye, then hits the atomic drop.
Yeah.
Ear clap from Piper and kicks Hogan out of the ring.
Which,
Speaking of
by the way, the ear clap.
The worst. Oh, come here. I'm going to show you how to do the ear clap real quick. Ready? No. Turn towards me. What the fuck would you turn away from? Ready? Bring your head closer. Did that hurt your ears?
Not at all.
No, because it's fucking retarded. Ear clap. The fucking heads. The ears are here. You're hitting here.
Maybe he clap. Maybe he. pop loud enough when Hogan's eating?
Like, I know it's not supposed to hurt him, but...
What, did he fucking hit him and he went, brother, and then he just reset?
Like, I know it's not supposed to hurt him, but if you look back at the Scott Hall versus Lex Luger match, when Lex reverses the counter of the arm drag from behind Hall, you can see that it doesn't hurt Hall because he's applying the hold.
Yeah,
It's just running.
It looks like he's doing a bum pinch, yeah. It's kind of like this.
I think that's hilarious, and that's the best part of the whole fucking match.
Yeah, for sure. The bum pinch, Lex Luger, bum pinch.
So, we get back to this shit show.
Oh, yeah, fucking, real quick, by the way. So, with Hogan, the entire time, he's just fucking running away. You have at least 40 to 50 pounds on this dude. He has a bad hip. What are you scared of?
No rules equals, and I wrote this, no rules equals disaster will happen in any WCW steel cage match.
Yeah.
Before we continue, I have to ask you boys, how the fuck do you win this match?
I was asking the same question.
I was asking the same question.
I don't even know.
Michael Buffer said, and I quote, "Winner of the match is the man who survives." So I wrote, so another last man standing match in a steel cage match?
If you think about it, I'm not going to cover it. Technically, nobody won this match because both of them. Technically, nobody won this match because they both survived.
So that match is still going on, which means guess who won at the end of the day?
Hogan.
Because he's still fucking alive.
Ball punching counts as no DQ, by the way. If someone leaves the cage first, then that person wins, according to Shivani.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because both men just fucking barge out of the fucking steel cage door.
Immediately.
So while we were doing the watch along, we had a gentleman in the chat room, and I'm sorry that I forget his name.
Dark 87.
Thank you. And he goes, "This is the Doomsday Cage." I'm like, "It's not the Doomsday Cage." And then I went, "Oh my god, it's exactly the same fucking premise because they don't know what to do."
Cage. It's the Chamber of Horror cage
from 1991.
1991, which we reviewed on this channel, which means yes, it's the cage with fucking crispy abduls, which means if you touch any part of this cage, you'll probably get tetanus.
No, but hear me out. Under the same rule set of we don't know how the fuck to win this match, it is the fucking Doomsday Cage.
Right.
It is the Dungeon of Doom Cage.
Yep.
Because it does nothing.
There's no
it doesn't
rules,
apply
nothing.
anything extra to the story.
Nope.
It's just fucking there. It's like, you won't believe it's a steel cage.
It's the Doomsday Cage in the Chamber of Horrors
You know
without
who
the
would have
roof.
done this better, sadly? This fucking thing would have been better in a Lex Luger Scott Hall match.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because at least it would have been there.
Yep.
Shit Sting number 2 appears, and he just looks confusion.
But wait, Shit Sting number 1 is who?
Hogan, right?
No, Shit Sting number 1 is Raven.
All right, it was
Yep,
Raven.
Raven.
One on the
Who's
outside of
been-
the ring is Raven.
It's Raven.
And let it be
They're
known,
"Hey, we
they
need to
never
do
cut
Sting
back
real
to
quick."
the flock ever again.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
the last time they cut back to the flock was during the DDP Randy Savage
match,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Hey,
So
come
think
here."
about it.
Yeah.
Who are all the members
You got Sick Boy.
Flock.
that would be
Fucking-
all the other fake Stings?
Yeah.
They're the flock.
So Shit Sting appears and he causes confusion on the rampway, even
Which
though
would have been cool, by the
Bischoff
way,
was
now that I
like,
think about it.
"Wait, hold up, didn't we? Oh wait, you're Shit Sting. Never mind, you're fine." Both men go back into the cage to fight some more. Another Shit Sting appears. This one standing next to fucking Raven.
It's probably Kidman, let's be honest.
Probably. Piper prevents Hogan from climbing the cage.
There's a black. I think one of them actually. It's not all the flock because I'm positive because one of them is black and it's specifically the black of Virgil. I swear one of them is Virgil.
Oh my god, can please...
It's fucking one of them's Virgil.
He does the jobber run to the ring and it's like, "That's not Sting!"
That's not Sting.
Oh my god, is it gonna be like the Coco Beware being the fucking Blue Blazer thing where it's very
No,
obvious?
it's Coco Beware trying to find that Twitter verified check mark.
It's Coco Beware.
Hogan retaliates by hitting Piper with his belt. Shit Sting prevents Hogan from escaping, and both Hogan and Piper fight on the side of the cage. Which, I gotta say,
He didn't.
What a fucking stupid spot.
NWO have Shit Sting in their stable.
Yeah.
Why is he preventing Hogan from winning
Yep.
if he's part of the fucking
It's
faction?
so weird how he prevents him. He doesn't mean. He just takes his bat and just.
He's like preventing him from going there. Like, he's part of your fucking team.
Now we know.
Why
Yeah.
are you not letting him win?
Yep.
Yeah, in hindsight now, because I think everyone thought that was the real Sting.
But here's the worst part. They climb the cage to fight. Why?
They're fighting on the side of the cage.
They're fighting on the side of the cage the whole match.
Which, by the way,
so
doesn't Hogan get over the top of the cage?
Yes.
So he wins.
Unless he hits his feet on the ground as he's
But he already hit his feet on the ground.
I don't know.
When he fucking walked out the front door of the game!
That didn't count.
Yeah,
According to WCW, that didn't count.
I know the
Like,
match is...
okay, here's the problem. Alright, this is WCW booking, and this is the issue with it, okay?
I'm not even halfway done with
I
this
know.
notes.
I'm sorry, but I have to talk about this. The main event, the problem with the main event is that it's overbooked.
Yes.
Like a motherfucker.
It's so bad.
And yeah, the cage would have been a really good idea for two actual mobile motherfuckers. But instead, it's crippled Hogan and crippled fucking Piper, so it's just two idiots banging fucking hands against each other the entire fucking pay-per-view. It's awful.
And Hogan was afraid of this dude.
He was afraid, yeah.
Oh, I gotta go fight Roddy Piper, who has boxing instinct. Really? Because all he did was bite your ass the whole night. Fuck me.
He was afraid of Piper when he had a hip replacement.
Oh,
But he had your fucking belt. Shouldn't you go after him?
Oh
Let
my
him go.
God.
Hogan does not take the belt when he leaves.
No.
No.
I don't think he ever
At
leaves.
least on
He
screen.
doesn't even
no.
leave.
He didn't even leave. He didn't survive.
Think about it. Well, my best man now, Nikos isn't even halfway through the fucking match.
No, I'm like around here in this part.
How much more?
There's like another fucking cage left.
Oh my god!
Here we go. Let's go.
Alright, well, even though they are still fighting on the side of the cage, it still gives us an impressive camera shot.
No, it is.
Oh, it's a great camera shot. It's
Yeah,
just
but
the
there's a
fucking
camera shot
action's
that shows
awful.
up later that's better.
Yes.
And now, 5 random shit sting appears from the crowd.
By the way, did you notice that the one that was coming down the fucking stairs trips?
Yeah, he did.
It's so good.
So now we have...
It's like, really? Are you fucking kidding me? You're wearing black boots with a spotlight
I'm here
on
to
you.
intimidate you.
Maybe-
Oh, shit.
Maybe this match is so bad it makes people not be able
You know
to
what's the
walk.
first thing that appeared in
It
my
makes
head?
everybody immobile like
Yeah.
Sting, like Hogan and Piper.
Do you know what's the first clip that appeared in my head?
What?
Do you remember Scary Movie 2 where the fucking ghost trips down the stairs?
Yeah.
What if he did that? What if Sting just fucking tumbled all the way to the bottom and then gets up and goes, ooh! Like, ooh!
Ooh.
Alright.
Halloween! Won't be
It is
scary.
Halloween, so... Was that even out yet at this time?
No, it's just Halloween Havoc, though.
Hogan hits the leg drop on Piper and calls for the referee to make the pinfall count. So now he's calling for the referee to come in.
I couldn't believe it. The fucking ref, this entire time, they're fucking climbing the cage. You think that they have to climb the cage in order for the match to be over. They already went out through the fucking door, and Hogan fucking won, but that didn't count. Then Hogan climbed over the cage, already touched the feet, but then Sting was like, no, you can't do it, and he fucking climbs
The Sting
back
was
up.
on their side.
And then, when he hits a fucking leg drop, he calls the ref, and the ref counts for a fucking 3 count. I couldn't believe this shit. Why?
This is what I wrote. He calls for the referee to make the pinfall count, despite the rules, but fuck it. It's WCW at its stupidness.
Yeah.
That is word for word
What I wrote.
fucking
Yeah, what you
I
wrote.
wrote.
Okay.
And then this happens. Piper kicks out, Hogan calls for backup, and Savage appears and easily gets past the other 2 Stings that are just standing at the
They
fucking ring.
just watched it! Like 2 drunk fucking night guards.
You were
They're
allowed.
stoned.
You were allowed to interfere.
Yeah.
It's like,
They did a whole segment
Dad,
building it up.
Dad, can I go play with the neighborhood kid? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Fucking,
know you
I
guys-
have to put this out. 2 full,
Protect your man!
2 full fucking pay-per-view segments for Roddy to have Stings show up and beat Hogan's ass, and they do nothing. Nothing!
I do want to... I know you guys are going to think that... Hogan's leg drop was like one of the most protected finishes. He hits 2 of them in a row. Piper kicks out. The commentators don't even make a freaking big deal out
Oh
of
my
it.
Single
god.
one of them at any point.
No.
Holy shit.
He kicked out of the leg drop.
He kicked out of Hogan's leg drop.
2 of them, by the way, not just 1, 2.
2 of them. Woo!
Ooh.
And now, boys and girls, we get
to Botchamania.
to the moment.
The finish.
Oh, Boxamania, alright.
Randy Savage
Poor.
climbs to the top of the cage, tries to elbow drop Piper while Hogan puts him in a shitty hold, but fails, and I put this in underline and all caps, tremendously. Savage falls leg first and slaps Hogan's head in the process, and I put this in parentheses. Talk about this moment during the review and talk about Hogan's unprofessionalism as he just watches Randy plummet to the ground, not caring about his safety, but only his own.
His
fucking toes, breaking every one of them. By the way, Hogan would suck at baseball. Yeah. This motherfucker missed him by a mile to catch him properly.
Hogan put fucking Piper in a hold.
Yeah, and it was the shittiest hold.
He sees Randy not even coming close for an elbow drop or whatever he was doing. And Hogan doesn't let go of the hold to catch Randy.
Right.
He just lets him fall. And fucking Randy just slaps him on the fucking head, which makes Hogan go, oh, my head. Like,
yeah, like,
Hogan, you fucking suck.
Yeah, Hogan, you're a complete cunt.
You are a trash human being.
I hope you watch this before you die. Seriously.
Like, Jesus
Christ. This probably too.
Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, it's such a gross...
You will let your fellow worker that despises you fall to nearly break a fucking fracture on his leg.
Puts you over like a
millions of times. Millions.
And the one time you're supposed to catch him, you walk 2 feet, and what is it? Because of the fucking bald spot, he goes, oh man, it reverbed into my toes. Take the axe handle.
Yeah.
Just fucking take the axe handle.
Man, I couldn't believe this.
It's really disgusting. Because fucking the fact that Savage got back up is nuts.
Yeah, he should have.
If I was in his shoes, I'd be like, alright, I'm done. What? Fuck this. I'm not getting back up. No way.
Yeah. And thankfully he did, because...
go for the coke.
Piper eventually throws Savage out of the ring, applies a sleeper on Hogan, and the ref calls for the bell as Hogan was unresponsive during the hold.
And then the NWO attacks everybody anyway.
And don't forget
nobody looked like
him to the wall!
Oh, hang on. I still got more notes here. Hogan loses and Piper wins for the second time in a non-title match. Then Savage attacks Piper. Hogan then attacks the fake Sting, wears the Sting mask, handcuffs Piper to the cage, and attacks Piper with the belt.
And none of the fucking Stings at all get involved.
No.
Dude, none of the WCW guys in the locker room stop this. But do you know what does? Who does try to stop this?
A fan.
A random fan.
Who has a Sting mask, which is obviously a plant.
Face paint.
Face paint.
He climbs the cage.
I don't even know.
Nobody knows.
He climbs the cage and a fake Sting tries to keep the fan from interfering.
Which,
as you can see, this had to have been a work, because if you look
They literally follow him throughout the whole thing.
Like, if this was real, the ref would have stopped him.
There was a camera position specifically for him to climb the cage. By the way, why did he have to climb the cage? The fucking door is right there.
Yeah.
It's a fucking mess.
So I don't even know if it is a real. I don't even know if it is a work.
It was a work because, and I wrote, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, you can see Hogan is throwing work shoot punches at this kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
The fan eventually gets escorted out of the ring by security. The real Sting, unfortunately, for no fucking reason,
doesn't show up.
Doesn't show up at this entire pay-per-view. Or from anyone in the WCW locker room, and the show closes out with Hogan retrieves his belt, and Piper is left handcuffed.
We sort of got a reason. It's because he wasn't allowed. He got banned from the building because of that angle, but it was still a shitty fucking reason.
Here's the thing with that. Why the fuck would Sting care?
Yeah.
So, you got other fake Sting in the crowd. And Bishop would have been like, oh, well, that could be the real Sting. You're barred. Oh, wait, there's another fake Sting. You're barred too.
I have a better idea, honest to God, which would have probably saved them a whole bunch of time. The fake Stings appear around the fucking thing, right? And then they take it off.
Yep.
It's all the NWO members.
Yep.
And they just fucking shit-can.
Which, by the way, the idea...
Because there's no DQ.
The idea was, and this is what I looked up later... They were rogue Stings with NWO the whole time, and they were just doing that to play mind games with Piper. But Piper still won, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, it didn't fucking mean jack shit at the end of the day because nobody fucking knew what the hell you were doing, and then you just had a random fan and a fucking clusterfuck at the end. You didn't even have rules set to this cage match.
Yeah. It was terrible.
There was no rules. Like, Michael Buffer said... the person who survives is the winner. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Is it a last man standing, or is it a traditional steel cage match?
It was, honestly, a -5-star match.
Yeah, it's awful.
It was so god
Fucking
awful.
horrible.
Poor fucking Macho.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
The fact that he got back up is fucking.
I'm shocked he could stay. And by the way, never would be the same after this again.
Oh, never.
Yeah.
He never would be able to wrestle the same way he used to.
Absolutely.
So, fucking Halloween Havoc on this show is his last great fucking match.
Yeah.
Which is a fucking travesty to me.
Like, honestly, would have been better, and Mike also said this on the watch along, would have been better if just Macho just gave up and left wrestling altogether.
Exactly. I agree.
Like, during the rise of the war, of the Monday Night War.
Honestly, should have.
Wouldn't have been better if you just left.
After this match, yeah.
Now,
Let's just been a family man.
Let's just make this fucking unanimous. Owen rating for this match. Just quick.
I'm going to try to do it. It's -5. I don't know how to do it.
It's -5 stars.
-5 stars!
Mike.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah,
-5.
Yeah.
Casey.
-5.
It's a shame because
-5.
they're
all across the board.
I wanted to believe that they could smoke and mirrors this enough, or it's not, but it didn't.
See, the problem comes in is that you have the Immortal, incorrect, the Immovable, because he's not fucking moving the match, Hulk Hogan.
Both of them.
A busted-ass Roddy Piper, even though I will say he could have had a good match if it was against a good fucking wrestler.
Yeah.
But Hogan hasn't been a good wrestler since...
His time in Japan.
91?
Yeah, something like that.
91, I'd say.
91, 92, when he did the fucking... See, this is a trinket, something you put on a tree.
Yeah,
I want Great Muta's title. I want that one.
Yeah. Nice one.
First off.
Well, 94, yeah, great
off,
match with Flair.
Yeah, still. That's when Flair put his working boots on.
Like,
This off.
guys, if anybody ever tells me Hogan's the greatest world heavyweight champion, I'm going to be like, fucking give me a match that's good. And don't you dare say Andre versus fucking him, because nothing happens in that entire goddamn match.
Yeah.
Not a fucking thing happens.
Actually, my friend John...
My
friend John says, wait a minute, the match, right?
Yeah.
Because that same show has...
Well, everybody knows who John Tutty is.
Yeah.
This is your chance.
They haven't seen him in a while, though. So
yeah, that's right.
They might forget. But he says if you watch Hogan versus Andre on mute, the match really is bad. Like, if you watch it without the...
It's bad in general.
Yep.
It's a bad match. It's an iconic moment. I'm not going to take it away from both of those men. They've worked their asses off of that moment.
Yeah.
But besides the body slam, it's not impressive.
No.
Because Andre's taken the body slam from New Japan guys.
Yeah.
So it means nothing.
He actually got slammed by Hogan in that same company like years before Hogan went.
It all means jack and shit, really. Yeah. This match sucked. This match blew, and it was way too late afterwards.
However, as a pay-per-view, I'd say it's a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To wrap it up, Hogan would go on to be a racist, and Piper would go on to voice over Saints Row 3 before he tragically passed away, and that's sad.
Yeah. So if I do letter grades, just because I'm not really good with the numbers ratings, but...
Yeah, go for it.
For the strengthness of, like, the first 3 matches and that, DDP, Randy Savage match...
And Luger Hall.
I give it a B-, especially mainly a B-, especially for that Rey Mysterio Eddie Guerrero
yes,
match too.
Yeah. And that DDP Savage match. Yes,
I'm gonna say B- as well.
And Luger's sell job on the I would also give this a B-.
Like a high B-. Too.
High B-.
It's between a B- and a B. It's in that fucking like,
it's good.
It's in that perfect like.
Skip the main event and you'll be okay.
Yeah. Honestly, look at fucking if you want to, don't watch the main event. Look at it in your own way of. Yeah, the main event is between Macho and DDP.
Dude, it's literally the same match with Hogan and Piper like last time they faced off, where, again, Piper won with a sleeper.
Yep.
And I'll say...
The only difference is that there's a cage involved.
Yeah.
Like, Piper can have a good match. He's had a good match against fucking Brett.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because Brett worked around the injury and said, okay, I won't do this, but can I do this? Okay, yeah, absolutely. Awesome. That's all I need. I need this one move, and I can get about 1,000 moves out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking Bret Hart.
So that's basically the main event. That's Halloween Havoc '97. Great show. There was a few duds in there, and then the main event stunk out the joint. But otherwise, very entertaining show.
There are 4 good matches on this card that I would recommend any wrestling.
One match that was so bad it's good, so entertaining immediately.
Yeah. But if you want a good set of matches, Jesus Christ.
Ray and Eddie.
This is the best Halloween Havoc you're going to get.
Ray, Eddie, Nagata, Ultimate Dragon.
Savage,
Savage DDP.
And Scott Hall
Luger
versus...
Yeah.
Which, again, Luger gets a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Luger hasn't disappointed me yet. So.
He hasn't disappointed any of us. Go out of your way to watch those 4 matches.
So, with that said, we're going to do quick rapid-fire plugs. Owen, go.
This channel for upcoming retros and a new show called WWE Aftershock that will not be a weekly show yet, but will be a weekly show in 2023.
Right. And also, CM Brothers and Owen the Talkinator. Mike, go. What you got?
WYW.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, we all have WYW. Follow him on Twitter.
Don't, because I don't do anything.
That's fair.
Royal Lion Lounge.
Yep.
So it's basically going to be a revamped version of Open Mic Night, but it's going to be more exclusive.
Yes.
Shall
indeed.
we say.
You can follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/user/JHebertSide95. That's JHEBERTSIDE95. Check that out, and also check out my video that I did with Mistress Audio on youtube.com/C/Mistress Audio.
Which is goddamn brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, go check that out. Casey, anything you got to plug?
C-Truth19 on Twitter, Luke Lynch on YouTube, Luke12 Lynch on Twitch. I occasionally do shit. Keep an eye out. You never know what you might say.
Case, just rebrand yourself to just be Casey Kelly.
Yeah, exactly.
At this fucking point, dude.
With that said, though, we are literally about to hit the 2-hour, 20-minute mark, which is an accomplishment for us. Yay!
Wow, 2 hours and 20 minutes. I feel like this was
Hey, you
longer
want to do the final word?
Final word?
Go for it. You're the
Final
one.
word.
You're the
Might as
fucking
well.
host.
You might as well do fucking Owen's catchphrases. Talk to you later, and since this is being in the past, talk to you in the future, right?
Alright, well, that was Halloween Havoc 1997, and we're glad y'all stuck with us through the very ends. And... Owen, what's your catchphrase again?
I love the stage whisper.
Just go ahead.
Talk to you later, and since this is being recorded in the past, talk to you in the future.
Fuck Hogan!
Absolutely 100%.
Fuck Hogan.
We doing all the classics, you heard it, then I grabbed it. Flow like Method Man, then run like I'm Rabbit. Soon as I hear the bass line, it be my FaceTime. Music's in my veins, so just in case I'm without my iPod or a media player, I'll check my...